Live from Central, this is Game Time on Yurview, brought to you by McDonald's. It's week 5 of the high school football season, and the Central Wildcats are off to a perfect 4-0 start, while Lafayette Christian Academy slow out of the gates, 1-3 on the year. Hello, everyone. Jeff Palermo along with Greg Bowser. Thanks for beginning your football weekend with us. For Central, they have been really good this season, coming off a shutout victory over Cecilia last week. Meanwhile, for Lafayette Christian, a tumultuous week. They had to fire their head coach at the beginning of the season, or the beginning of the week, but here they are. I think they're ready to play, but so is Central.
Yeah, I think Central's ready to play. They're focused, and they've got their season off to a really good start. I think the coaches just want to keep them focused and say, hey, don't look at the record of the other team. Know they're going to come to play. If you're Lafayette Christian, you want to get off to a good start because this team's been through a lot this week, and they want to make sure that they're still focused, that they're okay, and they can play the game. I know the coaches have been talking to them, and all they've been talking about is stay together, focus on each other, and focus on the game.
We had a chance to talk to the two head coaches. First of all, for Central, David Simino. Coach Simino, off to a 4-0 start. What has been the key to your success so far this year?
Complementary football. I think we've been doing a good job of that. Defense is playing exceptionally well. Special teams has been a real bright spot. Nathan Zemmer, our kicker punter, has been dominant. Done a great job flipping field position for us. And then offensively, doing a lot of good things. Just got to be more consistent tonight. Defensively,
you've been really, really good. What has been the key there?
Those guys are playing together, and they play at a high level of intensity and passion, and they run to the football, you know. And if you do that, you know, you got a chance. So.
Scary moment with Jackson Furman and a couple of your other players involved in a car accident before the season opener. But Jackson, it looks like he's back to his old self already.
Yeah, Jackson's played well since he's been back week 2. Certainly, you know, some continuity issues with him missing the time that he missed and everything. But proud of the way that he's been able to recover from that and the resilience that he showed.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coach Staniford, it was obviously a week of a little bit of turmoil, but here you are Friday night. How ready are the kids to play this game?
I think we're about to put on a lot of entertainment for a lot of people. You know, Central's a heck of a ball club. Our kids have been locked in and ready to go from the jump on Monday, and I think you're going to see a different team than you saw the previous 4 weeks.
I know this is a motivated group. You've lost 3 of your first 4 games. This team's ready to prove they're one of the best in the state, though, aren't they?
Yes, sir. There's no doubt. You know, when we tell our kids we don't run from anybody, we'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. This is a prime example of it.
Tell us a little bit about your quarterback, Braylon Walker, how special he is trying to replace a legendary player in Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, so the thing we tell him all the time, you know, it's not about replacing Jawan. He happens to be the next guy, but it's all about his chapter in this book. And Braylon's special. There's no doubt about it. And he's shown a little bit of that so far tonight. He's healthy. He's locked in. He's ready to go. I think he's going to do a lot of good things.
Good luck tonight, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Coach Matt Staniford, he is one of the co-head coaches here tonight, along with Mitch Kraft for the Lafayette Christian Knights. Lafayette Christian and Central were moments away from kickoff on Game Time.
Game Time on Yurview is brought to you by McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today and get free large fries with $1 minimum purchase. Butcher Air Conditioning, a name you can trust. Egan Insurance, a Hickenbotham partner, family to family, business to business. Gidry's Catfish, feeding your family like ours since 1976.
Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, progress and performance that never stands still.
Catch every game live or on demand at watch.yourview.com.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor, be king of grill night. And best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Gidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Gidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Gidry's Catfish.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
Seconds away from kickoff. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast crew. That is former LSU Tiger, Terry Beckwith.
For Central and Coach Semino, every week is a fresh start. He loves where this team is defensively, but on offense, he wants them to be more consistent. They had injuries on that side of the ball, but now they're finally healthy. He hopes they can put together a complete game tonight. And for LCA and his coaching staff, last week was abysmal. They let Shaw's running back set a single-game rushing record against their defense. He wants them to come out to play tonight with their hair on fire, play with a lot of attitude. He says stopping the run is all about 1-2 and getting to the football. And they will have the opportunity tonight as Central loves to run the ball. 4-0 against 1-3. Something has to give tonight, guys. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Derry. Lafayette Christian won the toss. They have elected to receive. So one of the best kickers in the area, Nathan Zimmer, has it teed up.
And, Lafayette Christian, I think what they want to do, the philosophy is, let's put our offense out there and let's get this thing going quickly. Let's see how fast we can get to get off to a fast start and really take control of the football game. And I think that's the focus. That's why they're taking the ball.
Lafayette Christian coming off a disappointing loss to Shaw, 31-8. The decision was made on Monday to relieve Zach Lockhart of his coaching duties, and they've appointed Matt Staniford and Mitch Kraft as the co-head coaches. Matt Staniford has been on this Lafayette Christian staff for 5 years now, a former football player at Louisiana Christian. Here is the kick, and we are underway from Central at this beautiful stadium. Great light show before the game. Great atmosphere here, and the fans for Central, they are fired up about the Wildcats. They will be facing a very good Lafayette Christian offense. Braylon Walker trying to replace Jawan Johnson, who ended up being the all-time passing leader in Louisiana high school football history. There you see Matt Staniford. He is in the huddle with those guys right now. He's the offensive coordinator. Wants these kids to go out there and compete tonight, take care of the football, and finish some drives.
We talked about Braylon Walker and what he brings to the football team. You have to remember, this is his first year as a starter. So he brings a lot to the team, but this is his first year as a starter, so he's got a big load to carry.
He's explosive, dual threat, big arm. He has thrown for 847 yards this season. He has completed 57% of his passes, and they will go to the ground on the first play. Not much happening, though. Maybe a yard. That's about it. As running the football, as you take a look at the starting lineup for Lafayette Christian, that was Jalen Noel who actually carried the football. We did not know if he'd be able to play here tonight. We thought maybe it was going to be Caden Bellard, but turns out Noel is out there as the starting running back. That's a big lift, and now we have a flag here on second down and long.
Flag will play.
The other thing that Lafayette Christian likes to do is receives an offsides on the defense. Lafayette Christian likes to go that hurry. They like to spread you out. They come in that 4 wide receiver set, try to get you all spread out, and go hurry up, not huddle. That's another thing that you've got to contend with that. Central's got to contend with that, because if they don't, they'll get hurt pretty quickly.
Not only is Jalen Noel back for Lafayette Christian, so is Caleb Campbell, the 6'8", 305-pound left tackle, who's got an offer from Tulane. Britt Miller also on that offensive line, and nothing happening once again. That's D.K. Mays. That is the Houston commitment. 6 tackles last week, 15 tackles on the season. There's a look at the starting lineup for Central, brought to you by Nick's Refrigeration. D.K. Mays leads it. Sheridan, Scott Smith Jr. is really good. Jake Gyro, the linebacker, K.D. Mays, who's the twin brother of D.K. And then in the defensive secondary, Caden Loop, Marvin Joseph, Tucker Petrie, Caden Loop, and Blazin Stoken, who's got a couple of interceptions on the season. 3rd down and 7 here for Lafayette Christian. Can they convert? Walker's a threat to run as well. He's got over 100 yards rushing. Looking's got to get out of the pocket, and there he goes. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him about 11 yards on that gain, and that's exactly what LCA needed, Greg.
That's what they do. They get you spread out. They got those 4 wide receivers. Everybody's spread out, and he has the ability to just make people miss. And once you miss him, he's going to pick up big yards every time. They've got to figure out a way to keep him in the pocket. Don't let him scramble.
Man, that looks so much like Jawan Johnson. You saw him for 4 years here at Lafayette Christian. He would just beat teams time and time again with his legs. This is a good receiver here, Brennan Walker. He's a cousin of Braylon Walker. Caught 5 passes last week. They're finally getting him in the groove a little bit more. There is a flag down. We'll see what that's all about.
Looks like I think they may get him for holding call. They may get LCA, Lafayette Christian, for a holding call on the end.
Holding. Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So LCA will be backed up by 10 yards there after that penalty. Taking a look at the rest of the LCA offensive line, you see number 76 out there, Caleb Campbell, Spencer Turner on that offensive line. Number 71, that's Torrey Landry, a 225-pound junior. Caden Rhodes has been very consistent for them at center. More pressure, and Walker gets out of the pocket. That time they had like a spy on him, it looked like, Greg. They weren't going to make sure he got far. Katie Mays, 26 tackles on the year, gets another one.
This is a good defensive play. What you want to do is stay on his outside shoulder, keep him inside of you, and try to make the tackle, because if he gets in the open field, he's really dangerous. He's going to create some real problems for you defensively.
So 2nd down and long. The defensive coordinator for the Central Wildcats is Anthony Camp. Quick pass, and it's incomplete, and now it's going to be 3rd and long as they're trying to get it to Brennan Walker.
Well, I think it may have been a little confused at that time. Brennan Walker didn't look like he thought the ball was coming to him.
3rd down and 18. This to finish up on Anthony Camp. He's a former defensive ends and linebackers coach at Louisiana Tech. So with a veteran group on defense, this is a bit of a complex defense. They sent a lot of different pressures, and they're able to do that as well because of the talent that they have in the defensive secondary. They've only allowed 25 points all season long. 3rd down and long here for Walker and company. They bring the blitz. Braylon's got to get out of there. Braylon backing up. Now just heaves it up, and it is batted around, and it should have been intercepted, but it wasn't. It goes for an incompletion, but that was a dangerous pass thrown by Braylon Walker, nearly intercepted by Blason Stoken, who I just mentioned has a couple of interceptions on the season.
Well, Central's decided they're going to blitz him. They're not going to let him sit back there. They're going to make the ball come out early, and they almost got a turnover there.
Ashton Begno, who's been getting better every week, is the punter for Lafayette Christian. And set to return, Stephen Raynell. Raynell's a senior, 6'2", 190 pounds. And Raynell is getting offers from Louisiana and Louisiana Tech. He's a 3-year starter, so a good return man. Lafayette Christian a little slow getting a man on the field. Got 5 seconds on the play clock here. And Begno able to get the punt off. A wobbly punt. It's going to take an LCA bounce and roll and go out of bounds at the 37-yard line. We'll take our first break. 9 minutes to go before the first quarter ends. Central will get the ball first when we come back on Game Time.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
There are many signs to help protect us from harm, to warn us from harming ourselves, or prevent us from harming others. But sometimes the best sign is the one that protects you from things you never knew or even thought would hurt you. Egan Insurance, the sign of quality insurance protection since 1954.
I am a Mercedes girl. I like the way the C-Class drives, and of course I like the looks of it too. It fits me and I fit in it.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
Central and Lafayette Christian, Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, Derry Beckwith with you. This is actually 2nd down. Jackson Furman on 1st down threw an incomplete pass. The starting quarterback for the Central Wildcats, the Nicholls State commitment. Now they run it right up the middle, and they get just a couple of yards on that carry. And he'll bring up 3rd down and long. There's a look at Jackson Furman, 6'3", 200 pounds. Second-year starter, threw for 2,000 yards last year, 671 yards passing on the season. Had a good game last week, threw for 207 yards, threw for 300 yards against Walker a couple weeks ago. And an easy win for Central over the Wildcats, 42-16. 3rd down and 8. Central averaging 29 points a game. Their offensive coordinator is Zach Morris. On 3rd and 8 with a bunch wide receivers, Lafayette Christian brings the blitz. Furman getting out of the pocket. He's being chased. Just heaves it down the field. It's basically a Hail Mary, and that should have been intercepted, and it wasn't. Boy, both quarterbacks here tonight, Greg, being a little reckless with the football.
Well, they're both getting under pressure, and that was a bad throw. He should have just kept the ball and picked up what he could. Almost turned it over. Should have been intercepted. He threw it up into a crowd.
Yeah. Luke Green, who is back this week after being injured for that Shaw game, but getting in there easily was Jaden Arsenault. They never really able to get a hand on him. And actually, that was Chris Hilaire who nearly had the interception. Now out the punt for Central. And this is Nathan Zimmer, and he is fantastic. A beautiful punt. Drives the return man inside the 15, but he makes a couple of Central defenders miss and runs all the way up to the 25, 26-yard line. Nice job there for Lafayette Christian's return man. That is Calvin Parker. Let's look at our keys to victory here tonight, Greg.
Well, you look at it for LCA, the big thing is to get off to a fast start. Stay focused, because we talked about all the controversy they had all week. You want to keep the team focused and in this football game. The other thing for Central, the key is offensive consistency. They've got to find some rhythm on the offense. That's one of the things the coaches are looking for. How can they get consistent, be more consistent in their offense? And the other thing is to be ready to play, because LCA plays fast. They don't huddle. They go right to the line of scrimmage. And if you're not ready as a defense, they can take advantage of that.
Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Egan Insurance. Egan Insurance, a Higginbotham partner, family to family. So second drive of the night for Lafayette Christian, as Braylon Walker will run a counter play there, and the handoff goes to Brennan Walker, and only for a couple of yards. This is a Central defense that only allowed 44 yards last week in their 27-0 win over Cecilia. Now, Diesel Solari, who led Cecilia to the state championship game last year, left in the first quarter with a leg injury, so that really hampered Cecilia in that game. But Central still very good defensively. Only a gain of a couple yards. Now Caden Bellard is the running back to the left of Walker. He's the freshman. And they pitch it to him. Bellard on the outside, made the first guy miss and got up to the 32-yard line. Bellard last week over 100 yards rushing, 108 yards against Archbishop Shaw and 21 carries. He's just a freshman, 5'9", 175 pounds. He's actually related to Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. 3rd down and 4. Coach Staniford calls Bellard just a natural talent plus a hard worker. Makeable 3rd down here as we're about midway through the first quarter. Walker again under all kinds of pressure, and he's going to get driven back. Boy, Lafayette Christian's offensive line is having a hard time against this Central defense.
Well, Central's doing a good job of disguising where the rush is going to come from. They fake the blitz, back out of it, and then once LCA gets into the pass protection, they can't stop it from getting to the quarterback.
Number 90, Connor Scott.
Connor Scott on the sack, the 6'1" senior who has 19 tackles on the season. That was an outstanding play. Scott, an elite motor that really shows up on film when you watch it. So another punt opportunity here for Ashton Begno. And not a good punt. Let's see if it takes a bounce and a roll for LCA, and it does, and then it hits a Central player, a live ball at the 50. Nobody can get their hands on it. A mad scramble for it at the 45-yard line, and I think the Knights Central's got it. A referee from the other side quickly says Central has the football, but nearly a huge mistake there. I think finally getting his hands on it was Tyran Williams. Well, we'll take a break after that. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. No score at Central.
From now on, it's all about us. Starting a family, buying a car, our first home.
They told you to open an account, then turned you away. They said, come back when you're ready. You said, we're ready now.
I know we're going to make it.
Hope makes it happen. Thousands of your neighbors, many who never had a bank account before, improved their lives with Hope Credit Union. You can too. Brighter futures begin with Hope.
We've known you for a few years now, so let's do kind of a lightning round.
Think of it as a 2-minute drill, but with questions.
Ooh,
Okay.
dogs or cats?
Dogs. Spicy or mild?
Spicy.
Crawfish or shrimp?
Boiled crawfish.
Your favorite holiday?
Mardi Gras for sure.
You've been hurt in an accident. What's the next thing that you do?
That's a no-brainer. Call the board Earls at all sevens.
Bonus question.
Favorite attorney, David or Digger?
I plead the fifth.
Well played.
Wise choice.
9950. Peace Propane and Body has
5:45 to go in the first quarter. No score. Good field position here for Central and their senior quarterback, Jackson Furman, Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, and Terry Beckwith with you from Central in this non-district matchup. Furman will quickly throw the football. Gets it out to Keithon Womack. Womack has got a first down into Lafayette Christian territory to the 42. Womack, a junior, had 10 catches last week. That is his 20th catch of the season.
Well, Furman that time recognized what was happening. LCA's got all those people stacked inside. He just quick throw to the outside to Furman, and he was able to pick up big yards.
First down brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. So now from the 42-yard line for Central as they are in LCA territory. Furman surveying the defense, barking out the signals. 4 down linemen for the Knights. And again, a quick pass out to the outside as they go to Womack, and Womack gets stood up here and maybe for a yard or so. Let's bring in Derry Beckwith with this ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry, Central's a 5A school. Lafayette Christian's back down to a 2A school, but give us an idea of what you're seeing down on the field as these two teams measure up against each other.
Both teams defensively, to me, are extremely elite. These guys can run. They get off the ball carrier. So they're doing a good job defensively. I think those first 2 possessions for LCA offensively is something they didn't want to do. But Central, they made it a task this week to make sure that they keep Braylon Walker in the pocket. So they're doing a great job in their rush lanes. But I'm extremely impressed with this LCA defense. Even though they're not a 5A school, they have 5A talent.
Yeah, especially in that defensive secondary. Another swing pass. That's going to result in another first down for the Wildcats. To the 28-yard line, that's Kylan Thomas. He now has a dozen catches on the season for over 250 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
Well, it's the same play. They just run it a little differently. They got 2 blockers out there in front of the receiver that time instead of just one, and it worked for them. He picked up a first down.
Jamison Marzell, the anchor of that defense, another pass out into the flat. This is Kylan Thomas moving upfield inside the 20 to the 19. Well, until LCA stops that, they're just going to keep running it.
Yeah, they're just putting some blockers out there and throwing it just as good as a handoff, really.
And they are at the 20-yard line, so we'll say they are in the Hope Credit Union red zone. Hope Credit Union, brighter futures begin with Hope. So 1st and 10 at the 20. This is going to force the cornerbacks for Lafayette Christian to have press coverage here on the Central wide receivers. Furman looking to his left. Now he'll just run it. And not much of a place to run there at all. Michael Bonnet, who's 6'2", 270 pounds, having a great season with 26 tackles on the season. Able to tackle him, but I think it was enough for a first down because it was 2nd down and 2, and forward progress got him up to the 17-yard line. There you look at Michael Bonnet. So now at the 18-yard line.
Well, we'll see what Furman does now that the field is shrinking on him a little bit. He's down inside the 20-yard line. You can play a little bit closer defense now. You can get a little bit more press coverage out there.
Furman's got time. Now has to get out of the pocket. On the run. Throws back in the end zone off the hands of his intended receiver. That was a good try to Kylan Thomas.
Kylan Thomas looked like he was open in the back of the end zone, but just not enough room. And I think Furman was really under pressure, a lot of pressure. You watch him here. He's going to come out of the pocket, and then he spots his receiver in the end zone. Just couldn't put it in.
Jackson Furman was the MVP at a camp at Nichols this past summer, and after he was named the MVP, Tim Rebo and the Nichols coaching staff offered him a scholarship, and he committed on the spot. 2nd down and 10. They've had an issue running the football this season. Manny Williams is out, and they're going to try to run it here, and nothing happening. Jamison Marzell with the tackle. Right before the season opener against De La Salle, Jackson Furman, along with Kylan Thomas and Manny Williams, were involved in a bad car accident. Manny Williams is still recovering from that car accident. He has numerous injuries as a result of it. Furman and Thomas did not play in that game against De La Salle. A win by the Wildcats, 14-3. But they are really missing Manny Williams this season. And it's unlikely that he will be able to play this year, which is a shame. He's a senior. But the most important thing is he's okay. 3rd down and 8. They set up the screen to the near side. This is Tyron Williams. Williams all the way inside the 5 to the 2-yard line.
Good call that time on the screen pass. Just got everybody coming loose. And the receiver slides out, and there's nobody out there. He didn't even get touched until he gets about inside the 5.
But there is a flag, and this may be coming back, and it is.
That's one of the things that we talked to the coaches about, that Central knew that they could not do was hurt themselves.
Offense, number 21. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Replay 3rd down.
To take away a big play like that when it puts them right in touchdown range.
Mike Rude, by the way, is our referee tonight. And this is going to put them all the way back to the 25-yard line. Now, Central last week had the nice win over Cecilia, 27-0, but they had 5 trips in the red zone in the first half and only scored just 1 touchdown. And that really bothered Coach David Simoneau, who, of course, is in his 2nd season at Central, led them to their first quarterfinal playoff appearance in a decade. Lost to Dutchtown in that semifinal game by 1 point, 21-20. So let's see what Zach Morris, the offensive coordinator, has dialed up here with just over 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Well, this is one where you play it. If you pick up enough yards on this play, then you go for it again on 4th down.
Furman zips one complete all the way to the 11. They're going to be a few yards shy of the first down. Tackle by Calvin Parker.
Now you make the decision. You pick up enough yards, you may want to go for it on 4th down here.
Well, they're bringing out the kicker. The pass was complete to Kylan Thomas. And they are bringing out Nathan Zimmer, and Nathan Zimmer is really good. This kid has got a college leg. Jackson Furman will handle the hold, but he's still lobbying. Why don't we try to go for it? Zimmer has been a 3-year starter at kicker for Central. This is going to be a 28-yard field goal. And that one is through the uprights, and Central does get on the board. Another trip, though, into the red zone that results in a field goal, but they get points out of it.
They get points out of it. They stop themselves. The big penalty down there hurt them bad, but still they got the 3 points. Now you go back and you got to play defense.
So a 3-0 lead for Central, and now it's LCA offensively. They got to figure something out. Let's bring in Derry Beckwith with another ITI Technical College sideline report. And Derry, for LCA offensively, what do they need to do here?
Block DK Mays. Listen, the reason Central defense is so successful is because of DK Mays. You have to account for him on every single play. So if a guy like DK Mays, the offense, they may bring a running back to the side to chip him so he doesn't get pressure on the quarterback. But what that does, we have 2 guys on 1 guy, it frees up somebody else on the defense. So they have to do a good job of trying to limit DK Mays and limit his ways of not getting the backfield. And also for Braden, the quarterback, maybe get a little more plays on the outside, maybe some RPOs, and see if they can get something going with him running the football.
So go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, Derry, I think you're exactly right. LCA's got to figure out a way to get their quarterback going. He's got to figure out a way to get the offense going, and the offense goes as he goes. And they've got to figure out how to spring him loose.
So that kick ends up into the end zone. After our scoring drive, which was brought to you by Hampton Automotive, Hampton has it. A nice drive that got them inside the 10-yard line. As you take a look at Coach David Simino, of course, made the move from Catholic High to Central, but did a great job at Catholic. He was also a formerly assistant coach here at Central from 2010 to 2015, and then has been a head coach now for 10 years. Won a state championship at Catholic High in 2021. Braylon Walker, they'll try to run the football, and they get 6 hard yards there from Jalen Noel, who's been a workhorse, a 1,000-yard rusher last year. And he was a game-time decision on whether he would play here tonight, but he's the ground and pound of this rushing attack. 2nd down and 4, and they go right back to him, but not happening there. D.K. Mays, another tackle. D.K. Mays, this kid is special, isn't he, Greg?
He is. I mean, you watch him play. He's trying to run away from him, and he chases it down from the backside for no gain.
3-star prospect, verbally committed to Houston, also had offers from Mississippi State and TCU. On3.com ranks him as the 30th best player in the state. Big 3rd down here for Lafayette Christian. They need to get something going as the final seconds of the first quarter are ticking down. D.K. Mays was a 2nd-team All-Stater last year. He's 6'5", 260 pounds. They set up the screen, and, it's incomplete. It was there, but Brendan Walker kind of looked like he got tangled up there with Torrey Landry.
I'll tell you what, they complete that pass, and he's still running. I mean, because there's nobody out there. That was perfectly called play that time. There was nobody out there.
Central was bringing a big-time blitz there, and so, there was nobody there. May want to go back to that play later on. It was certainly there for LCA. So Ashton Begno is out there to punt once again. Oh, Central they jumped offside. This is going to be a 1st down for LCA.
Yeah, that'd be a 1st down. That'd be a big play.
Encroachment, defense number 7, 5-yard penalty, results in a 1st down.
Oh boy, that's one way to drive a coach crazy right there.
You get him stopped on defense, and then all of a sudden he jumps off sides, and 2 or 3 of them jump.
Yeah. Tucker Petrie along with Reese Thompson. So the Central defense has to come back out there. So Lafayette Christian, let's see if they can take advantage of this break. This will be the final play of the opening quarter.
Well, let's see if they can figure out how to block 47. You got to look at wherever he is. You got to send 2 people over there to block Mays, because if not, he's going to cause havoc on your offense.
Yeah, he has had a big game already in this contest. Now we have another whistle. Maybe a timeout? Or is
I think the play clock may have run down.
You're right.
Unless you called the timeout. They called the timeout.
So Lafayette Christian calls the timeout. Lafayette Christian, they've been to 7 consecutive state championship games. The last 2 years, though, they ran into a great St. Thomas More team and lost in 2023 and in 2022 in the Division II state championship game. In 2021, in a game played at Ullman Stadium, Lafayette Christian lost to St. Charles Catholic. The last time LCA won a state championship game, you got to go to 2020 when they beat St. Charles Catholic. LCA had won 4 in a row before being upended by St. Charles Catholic in 2021. And being 1-3 is uncharted territory for this program.
No, they've got a history of winning, and they got to get back to that.
All right, 1st down and 10, and they're going to run it here with Walker, and Walker maybe a couple yards. Yards have been tough to come by for LCA. Usually when we see them, they're all over the place as far as getting big plays here and there. Making the tackle was Camden Rankin, and that ends our first quarter as this Central defense is as good as advertised. They have pitched a shutout against a talented LCA offense. Second quarter action coming up from Central. This is Game Time on Yurview.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it!
Boom! Hampton's hot.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' health department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a fourth branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
There's a look at the second-year head coach, David Semino. He was 24-3 at Catholic High, including that Division I state championship game over Jesuit. He previously served as the head coach at Catholic Point Capee for 6 years. And as I mentioned, he was a former assistant under former football coach Sid Edwards. Last year, Central went 9-4.
Correction, 33-yard line.
Made it to the quarterfinals. 2nd down and 8. Walker in shotgun formation. Here comes more pressure. Gets rid of it quickly. Heaves one downfield, and it is caught but out of bounds. Braden Allen was the intended receiver.
That was a good pass by Walker, just a little bit, let him a little bit out of bounds. And, at the end of it, he took a heck of a shot from one of the defenders.
Yeah, he's kind of bending over a little bit. I mean, Central is just relentless with the blitzes here tonight, Greg.
Well, they're not threatening them. The run's not threatening Central at all, so they're not worried about the run. They just when pass shows, they take it off and go after the quarterback.
Lafayette Christian is 1 for 4 on 3rd down so far here tonight.
I think if you're Lafayette Christian, you've got to have a screen somewhere in here to slow down that pass rush.
Well, they had one set up on that last play. Maybe they go up to some sort of variation on that. Delayed blitz in traffic, and it should have been intercepted. Jumping the route and unable to make the interception was Mason Moore.
Well, LCA at the time, just a little seam out. You got a receiver running straight down the seam, down the hash box. He's double covered, and the ball should not have been thrown, but he made a mistake and got away with it.
So Ashton Begno back out to punt.
He received the Wildcats, number 10, Rennell, and number 20.
Stephen Rennell back to receive. And Lafayette Christian they need a break, either turnover or something. Give them a short field, see if that can't get their offense going here a little bit.
Yeah, they've got to figure out that defensive front. They've got to figure out a way to get the ball to the line, up against the linebackers or against the defensive back.
Aragona's punt. Good one. It's going to take a bounce and then picked up at the 25-yard line. Now down the near sidelines. A nice return developing here. All the way up to the 44-yard line. That was Blason Stoken on the return. Nicely done as he picked it up on the bounce and got several yards all the way up into LCA territory.
Yeah, this is one when Stoken picked it up. You're saying, he's going to just get it to go out of bounds, but he goes right to the sidelines and picks up big yards. The 43-yard line.
55 yards of offense for Lafayette Christian in that first, or for Central in that first quarter. 55 yards for them. And it's 1st down and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I think if you're Central, you got to be thinking, let's get this ball in the end zone. If they get it in the end zone, that'll change the complexion of the whole game for Lafayette Christian. They're going to have to do something different. They're going to put the pressure back on them.
Run and keeping it is Furman. Furman nowhere to run, though. Good job by Lafayette Christian, getting a lot of hats to the football there. And Furman ends up losing his helmet, so that will mean Central will need to have another quarterback on the field for this play.
Yeah, he's got to come out, but it's a good defensive play. There's no place to run, and look how many LCA people are running to the football. That's what you got to get, is to get him on the ground and make sure there's no gain.
Sky Ryan Alexander, one of the guys that made a tackle. He is the younger brother of Sage Ryan, who plays for LSU. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. So the new quarterback here for Central, as they run it up the middle, and a nice little hole there. That's Keldon Cooper, the freshman, gets about 8 yards. And a nice job by Ja'Cory Platt, who came in there for one snap. But a good run there by Keldon Cooper.
Good blocking up front that time. They were able to get just a crease, and Calvin Cooper saw it and picked up big yards.
So 3rd down and 2. It's been running back by committee here for Central, with Manny Williams unable to play. Now they got a bit of a wildcat. Marvin Joseph, who's a sophomore, a very talented athlete, takes the snap, runs off the right side, and he's got the first down all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Not a bad play. Just snap it to the running back and let him take it. That's good blocking up front as well.
Luke Green finally gets the tackle here, but nice job off the right side.
Watch out. Watch the blocking up front right there. Right there, the block with the tailback. It's a good job of running, too.
Yeah, that is outstanding blocking. I couldn't catch the number, but whoever it was that run basically the same play here, got to bounce it to the outside. Marvin Joseph still on his feet all the way down to the 1-yard line as he's thrown out of bounds by Chris Hilaire.
Yeah, I think Central's saying to themselves, now they found something. They found a way to run the football on them, something that's working. Why get out of it? Get right back in it. Watch the blocking up front. Good block by the tailback right there, and then the rest of it is just hustle.
Yeah, they got Tristan Rose out there, and he has been a devastating blocker, and he's out there once again. Once again to Marvin Joseph. He walks into the end zone, and the Wildcats are on the board with the touchdown.
I think if you're Central, they may have found an offense they're going to run a lot of tonight.
Well, they just muscled up on Lafayette Christian, and there's a look at our Quest fan cam.
The extra point.
As the Central Wildcat fans get to celebrate a touchdown, our fan cam discovered the Quest difference now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas. The Quest Pediatric Fan Cam.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff, LCA had better figure out how to stop that, because if they don't, you'll see a lot of what I call that low-risk offense.
And Marvin Joseph is a really good running back. That's his 4th touchdown of the season. 33 carries for 129 yards. The extra point try right into your living room, as that is good. And the Central Wildcats now lead it 10-0.
With 9 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in July.
We'll see if Lafayette Christian can get some offense going. They're down by 10. Marvin Joseph, remember that name, very talented player for Central.
Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you. In Lafayette behind Dino's South, and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today. At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job. Bring it higher. Turn it up, boy. Get it done!
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration. We are ready to serve your AC heating needs.
Well, David Semino kept it pretty easy there, right? Nothing, no trickery. Just ran the ball right down Lafayette Christian on them defensively. And there is a look at our scoring drive. 5 plays, 36 yards. Brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. Marvin Joseph getting it into the end zone.
And just think that never would have happened if you hadn't pulled the quarterback's helmet off.
You're right. You're right.
They took the quarterback's helmet off and had to put somebody else in the game, and they found their offense.
Yeah, they tried to get Jackson Furman running him onto the outside, and then he loses his helmet. Then they bring in Keldon Cooper, gets that run up in between the tackles for 8 yards, and then Marvin Joseph out of the Wildcat package for them. And that was impressive. They just muscled up on Lafayette Christian and knocked him down the field.
Yeah, that's
another one into the end zone. That is pretty much what Jackson Furman does. Lafayette Christian has to find some offense. They only have 2 yards of offense so far in this football game. They were hoping that their offense can have a better showing than they did last week when they only scored 8 points against Shaw. When we had a chance to talk with the interim head coach, Matt Stanford, and again, he's co-head coaches with Mitch Craft. Stanford said he thought they were going to play free here tonight. Shaw presented some issues for them, but I'm telling you what, this Central defense, they're very tough.
They're tough. They shut down the running game, and they're able to rush the passer. They're just doing it all tonight.
Braylon Walker has been harassed quite a bit so far in this game. Here they get him again. The ball got to Bellard. The ball was tipped by DK Mays. Somehow got to Bellard. But my goodness, Braylon Walker was backpedaling here as he got rid of it. Mason Moore on a great tackle. Trying to get out there and make a block was Torrey Landry.
Yeah, LCA was fortunate at that time because normally when that happens, the ball usually falls in the defender's hand.
Boy, how many balls have hit the hands of Central defenders so far in this game?
Well, I've counted 3 just so far in this game that should have been intercepted.
No, 2nd down and 9. And a quick swing pass. There's 2 defenders there and splitting both of them and then making another man miss. That's Brendan Walker. The 5'10" senior. This kid is terrific. And that's what Lafayette Christian needs. A little bit more of that.
They try to get the ball to him in space, and he makes people miss. And great balance, big game.
Louisiana Christian is one of the schools. Taking a look at Brennan Walker. But a very, very good play there. And that was a first down brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Now on the roll is Walker. And now this LCA offense has got a little bit of a mojo to it as they complete the pass to Braden Allen, who is one of the best wide receivers in the area. Might be one of the best wide receivers LCA has had, at least since Harold Rogers.
Well, he runs a really good route. He makes the defensive back think he's going to go deep and then just breaks off the route, and there was nobody there covering.
We have a injured Central player down at the 30-yard line, so the training staff will come out and take a look at him. Let's send it down to the field for an ITI Technical College sideline report. ITI for a better life. Derry, first of all, let's talk about that Central scoring drive that we just saw a moment ago. That was just Central flexing its muscle, wasn't it?
Absolutely. David went back to his old school. Obviously, he went to Parkview Baptist, so he knows to run the football. They're extremely physical. They got in a heavy set, ran the Wildcat, were able to march the ball down the field and get into the end zone.
And then for Lafayette Christian, Derry, sometimes all it takes is one offensive play to spark you.
Absolutely. One thing they're doing in this drive, anytime you want to slow down a blitzing and attacking defense, is to do screen plays. And that's what they're doing. So hopefully they have a slow down Central from blitzing so much. And when you do that, you have them on your heels. And now you can take a deep shot down the field like they did in the last play.
So still attending to the injured Central player who now is up on his feet. So that's good news. Lafayette Christian, it's not like they don't have a small offensive line here.
I mean, you look at 76. I mean, Caleb Campbell. He's a big kid. He's one of the biggest kids out there. But the thing about it, when we're talking to the coaches before the game, he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, look at the size of that kid.
Britt Miller is the experienced guy on that offensive line, a 3-year starter who can play all 5 spots. He's playing right guard here tonight. Oh, nothing happening, and there's number 47 again. DK Mays swallowed Caden Bellard behind the line of scrimmage. Can anybody block number 47?
No, obviously not. He is very active. I think they're going to have to run the other way, design some plays that go away from him.
2nd down and 11. Mays says he believes he's a good run stopper, and he has shown that off here tonight.
They may have drawn the defense
encroachment. Defense number 22, 5-yard penalty, made 2nd down.
Well, Central has had a couple of silly penalties here tonight. Another offside penalty called against them. That's the 3rd one that's been called against them.
Yeah, that's just a mental lapse. So you've got to watch the ball. When the ball goes, you go. You can't jump offside on defense and give them an easy 5 yards.
So 2nd down and 5 now from the 29. Walker, a little bit of time here now, has to get out of the pocket, and they got him again, and his helmet comes off. As he is brought down by Jake Gyro. And a little talking going on after that one.
This is a good pass rush, but it's all done because of the coverage. There's no place to go with the ball, so Walker has to pull it down, and when he does, the pass rush gets there.
Jake Gyro and KD Mays combining in on that sack. So now Lafayette Christian's got to go to its backup quarterback, and that's going to be Ashton Begno. So 3rd down and long. See what Matt Stanifer calls here. It is 4-down territory, down by 10. Begno throws, and it's off the hands of the intended receiver. The play was there, and dropping the ball was Calvin Parker.
Yeah, he had him open. And I think if you Lafayette Christian, I think they'd go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Might as well.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Might as well with 7:12 to go before halftime. And back out there is Braylon Walker. You got 2 talented wide receivers in Braden Allen and Brennan Walker, and Matt Stanifer, the co-head coach and offensive coordinator, is hoping that he can get one of those guys to make a play right here. Plenty of time on the play clock, 20 seconds.
Well, I think Coach Stanford wants to try to get a mismatch and try to move one of his playmakers to one-on-one situation, and that's the case down at the bottom. He's got one-on-one coverage down at the bottom.
This looks all discombobulated. I don't know if this is going to work at all for LCA. Walker is in all kinds of trouble, and he is finally taken down to the turf. KD Mays gets there. And now flags are flying. A lot of talking going on between these 2 teams.
Well, I think that's one way you got to tell your quarterback to be smart about it. You got to get rid of the football. At some point, you just got to get rid of it. You can't take that big loss.
But it didn't look like everybody was moving on the snap. Half the guys were, half weren't. Just all kinds of.
Yeah, it's getting a little sloppy.
Yep. And again,
this is a big call because if this is a dead ball personal foul, if it's a dead ball foul, I think that the Central keeps the ball.
Central will keep the ball, but if
it's a live ball foul, personal foul, it's going to give LCA a 1st down. We'll get the call.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on Central number 49, 15-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down for Central.
That's called on Jake Gyro. David Simino can't be happy about that.
No, he can't be happy because he would have had the football at about the 45, 50-yard line. Now he's going to be back somewhere around the 30.
Let's bring in Derry Beckwith with this ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry, what did you see on that play? That just did not look smooth at all from LCA.
It looked bad, obviously, from the beginning. Everybody was running around. They didn't know where they were going, and the quarterback was discombobulated. Anytime your quarterback is discombobulated, it's not going to go well, and obviously it didn't go well on that play.
Jackson Furman, shotgun formation at the 30-yard line. The freshman running back, Keldon Cooper, to his right. Got 7 minutes to work with and a 10-0 lead. He's got time, clean pocket, over the middle, and he overshoots his intended receiver.
Well, you know, LCA has got to get something big to happen for him here. Something good has to happen. They've got to either intercept the ball, get a turnover, but they've got to get the ball back and get some momentum going. And this can't seem to get started, especially offensively.
Trying to get the football there to Keithon Womack. Furman has completed 51% of his passes. As you've seen here tonight, he'll spread it around to all the different receivers that he has. Womack, Thomas, get it to Tyran Williams here and there. Jaden Garnett, another sophomore who they want to get more involved. 2nd down and 10. This is Kylan Thomas. And Thomas will get about 3 or 4 yards. Good job by Lafayette Christian to shut that play down before it ended up becoming a big play. One of the defenders there for the Knights was Braxton Gary.
Big 3rd down play for LCA. If you can get them stopped here and get off the field and get the ball back, that's a big break for your team.
So 3rd down and 5. A lot of passes out as far as swing passes here tonight for Central. That's been where a lot of their passing yards have come from. 4 down linemen for the Knights. They bring 5. A lot of pressure on Furman. And he cuts up the football. And Merry Christmas. What a gift right there for Lafayette Christian. Michael Bonnet into the end zone for a touchdown. Flag flies, but I believe that's excessive celebration. But that might be what LCA needed.
What a play. I mean, you know, you get the sack and you get the turnover and the touchdown. That should lift the team up. Let's see what the call is. I think if it's against Lafayette Christian, then Central just has to decide, do they want to take it on the kickoff or do they want to take it on the extra point?
Result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, LCA number 53. The penalty will be assessed on the try, half the distance.
It was Jaden Winters who forced the ball loose, a young man who had an ACL injury in week 1 of the season, and then Michael Bonnet was there to recover the loose football. And hey, Greg, you're a big guy. If you scored a touchdown, you get a little excited too.
I think you go to the sideline, you tell the coach, look, I'm only going to do that when I score. Which would be once in about 20 games, I guess. But he deserves to score. I mean, you know, he deserves to celebrate a little bit.
Well,
but you got to be smart about it. You don't want to hurt your team here.
Well, it looks like they're going to take it on the kickoff.
Yeah.
And now the Knights are going to bring their field goal unit on, I believe, here. That's exactly what will occur. I think that's Lincoln Aragona.
Yeah, they got their kicking team in to kick the extra point. And, you know, they're in this game now. I mean, what a big break. Virtually no offense, and you're down 3.
Well, let's go back to the 15-yard penalty after the 4th down play. That pin, well, it didn't necessarily pin, but it pushed Central back, and then that forces LCA to be a little bit more aggressive defensively.
Well, what the penalty did, too, is it changed your play calling, because now instead of cross midfield, you're back on the other side of the field, so you have to change it. You have to change your play calling. And we'll see. We've got a man down on the field. I think it's somebody from LCA that just cramped. Looks like a cramp. Hopefully he'll be all right.
Well, let's take a look at our defensive play of the game, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Progress and performance that never stands still. Excellent pressure by Winters, and the ball gets right to Bonnet, and he's like, look at this. I got a touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the play of the game's got to be him spiking the ball. I mean, that's got to be the one. You know,
yeah.
The big man makes a touchdown. All that effort to get into the end zone, you got to give him the play of the game for spiking the ball.
So Lafayette Christian's got to feel really good about themselves now. The offense, as you mentioned, Greg, non-existent so far in this football game, but you're only down by 3 midway in the second quarter.
And remember, at the beginning of the game, we talked about one of our keys was for Lafayette Christian, they had to get off to a good start and be in the game.
Yeah.
Well, they're back in the game now.
Right. Let's bring in Derry Beckwith with an ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry, you were close to that pressure that Winters was applying to Furman. Furman's got to make sure you can't cough up the football like that.
You have to kill the ball. A lot of times as a quarterback, you want to make the play. When you try to make a play, you end up giving the play to the other team. That time, as a senior quarterback, he has to kill that ball, and unfortunately, it went into LCA's favor.
And now the kick goes out of bounds. So Central will have decent field position, but I would imagine there's steam coming out of the ears of David Semino. He's
free kick out of bounds. Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
They're going to make them re-kick again. So where are they going to be kicking then from, what, the 15? Am I right? Or no, they're going to be kicking from the...
They had a penalty against them. Remember, they had the sportsmanlike against them.
So it'll be the 20. Yep, 20 yards, yeah. So 40 to the... Yep, there you go, 20. But David Semino's, he's got steam coming out of the ears, even though he's got the headsets on, because his team should be up more than 3 points at this point.
And that's what he's got to be telling them is, look, just play smart.
Yep.
You know, we're doing basics and we're winning this game, but you got to play smart. Don't hurt yourself. And tell the quarterback, you know, if the play's not there, throw it away and live to play another day.
Looks like Central is going to just take the football at the 50-yard line.
After the touchdown penalty, you marked off ball spot at the 50-yard line.
So good field position here for Central. Let's see what they decide to do. Costly mistake there by Jackson Furman. Jaden Garnett is in the backfield with him. Might see more of that big boy football with running the football with Garnett, who's 6 foot, 205 pounds, a sophomore. And they do give it to Garnett. That is a tough assignment to try to tackle him. Jamison Marzell, the anchor of that Lafayette Christian defense, who loves contact. He loves it so much. He had 18 tackles last week trying to stop that terrific Archbishop Shaw team led by Jasper Parker, who Derry mentioned at the beginning of our broadcast set a school record with 326 yards rushing against this LCA defense last week. 2nd down and 4. Furman, the swing pass wasn't there. Now he just has to launch it out of bounds. So LCA was getting burned on that in the first quarter. They figured that out.
Yeah, they're not going to give you that screen pass anymore. And then there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Are they going to call this intentional grounding?
No, I think if they threw it, it may have been somebody blocking downfield or something like that.
That's probably a better, because they were the offensive linemen. That's a timing play, Greg. So in their mind is they're feeling like they have to move downfield, and if Furman doesn't throw it, they're going to go downfield.
Right, we against Central.
Ineligible downfield offense, number 70 and 57, 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Yeah, that play's got the ball's got to come out on time, or you're going to get that you're going to get that downfield blocking.
Replay 2nd down.
5 penalties now called against the Central Wildcats in this game. 2nd down and 9. Oh, and then Furman mishandles the snap, and he's lucky he got on it. Jonas Woods, the defender for the Knights, nearly recovered it. And all of a sudden, this is getting sloppy for Central.
Well, all the wounds for Central being self-inflicted right now. They've got to figure out a way to settle this thing back down. And I like that Wildcat. Go back to that direct snap, something that's low risk. You don't have to fool with the ball a lot, and they were successful with it. It was working.
Well, on 3rd down and 12, you're now in a passing situation with under 5 minutes to go before halftime. Keldon Cooper comes back out there.
I'm not sure I'd throw the ball if I was Central right here. You had so many things going wrong. The quarterback's not really settled. I'll try to settle him down and just run the ball.
Let's see if they give it to Cooper. They get a man in motion. Low snap. Double pass. How about that? Throw it downfield. Double coverage. Jump ball, and it's incomplete.
Good coverage by LCA. Nobody was fooled that time. Both defensive backs were in position. The safety was over the top. The corner was underneath. They had him well covered.
Calvin Parker and Chris Hilaire were there defensively on the receiver, Kylan Thomas.
When you watch the coverage right here, you're really lucky that didn't get intercepted.
Number 0, Trey Parker. And back to kick for the Wildcats, number 41.
Oh, Calvin Parker now back to return. And it's gotten quiet on the Central sidelines. This has not been a very good performance right now. This punt will end up. Great job by Nathan Zimmer. Outstanding job. That will pin Lafayette Christian at the 7-yard line. We spoke with Coach Semino right before the game, and he talked about Nathan Zimmer and what a weapon he's been for this Central Wildcats team. He delivers again. We'll take a break. 4:34 to go before halftime. LCA will have the ball when we come back.
Game Time on Yurview is brought to you by Hampton Toyota. Hampton has it. Make some epic memories this football season with cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that signature Cane sauce. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Resources for human development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Discover the Quest difference. Now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor. Be king of grill night. And best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Guidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Guidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Guidry's Catfish.
Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, and Derry Beckwith. Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith with an ITI Technical College sideline report. He's on the Central sidelines. I would imagine Coach David Semino and that Central coaching staff not really happy right now, Derry.
He's not happy at all. He preaches discipline. He preaches make sure that you don't turn the ball over. He preaches that you play for one another. And right now with the silly penalties, the personal foul calls, the fumbling the ball, he is not happy. That's something they will have to get corrected going into the half.
Braylon Walker waiting on the snap. And they'll hand it off, run it off the right side. Hard run for about 4 or 5 yards there for the ball carrier. And making the stop there for Central, KD Mays. I tell you, KD and DK, these two guys, they're in on every single tackle. As that was Noel on the carry. Second down and 6. Good to see Noel out there. Didn't know if we would see him. We haven't seen that burst that we can normally see from him. There it is a little bit, and then he got chopped down close to the first down marker. I think he got enough, though, for the first down.
I think he did.
Marvin Joseph coming up and making the tackle.
It's good one-on-one blocking up front, opening a little hole. He doesn't need much. He gets into secondary for first down.
Yeah, they just want to find a running lane there for Noel. And had a big game against Carencro, 137 yards rushing and a touchdown. That's the lone victory of the season for Lafayette Christian. Good job by Walker to get away from the first defender. Ends up picking up a couple yards. That first down, by the way, brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD.
Well, that time Walker just fumbled the ball. The running back hit it. The ball popped out of his hand, and they were lucky that he got it back and picked up about 2 yards.
Alexander Stewart had a chance to bring Walker down in the backfield, unable to do it. Now they try to swing pass to Brennan Walker. Walker stumbles to the 25-yard line after getting hit by a Wildcat defender. That would be Blayson Stoken. And now it's third down and about 4 here. Under 3 minutes to go. As Lafayette Christian would love a drive that results in points to end this first half.
Now let's remember, Lafayette Christian took the ball, won the toss, but took the ball to open the first half.
Last week, Lafayette Christian held Shaw to just 3 points. Pass is incomplete as he tried to get it to Brennan Walker. And is there a flag? There is a flag in the backfield.
There was a flag in the play.
This has got to be against Lafayette Christian.
Yeah, it is.
I think if you're Central, you got to decline the penalty and get the ball back.
Holding. Offense number 76. That penalty is declined. Fourth down.
So fourth down.
Fourth down for LCA, and Central will get another shot right before halftime.
Yeah, they were trying to block KD Mays, but committed the holding penalty. Stephen Rennell ready to return. Central will have all 3 of its timeouts to work with, and they should have decent field position. Begno, the punter. Low punt. Going to be picked up, and here goes Rennell into LCA territory. Rennell all the way to the 28-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. An outstanding field position here for the Wildcats.
Good return. Now if you're Central, it sets you up in real good field position. You can run the football. You got plenty of time on the clock, over 2 minutes, almost 2.5 minutes on the clock, 2:25. You got plenty of time.
Britt Miller made the tackle, and Jackson Furman and the Central Wildcats will retake the field here at the 28-yard line.
Oh, he's on the 28-yard line. First down, Wildcats.
So 1st and 10 at the 28. And they run it with the freshman, who's going to be dragged down to the turf after a gain of a couple of yards. Marzell in on another tackle as Caden Cooper got 2. I think they're going to keep it pretty simple here, Greg.
Yeah, just turn around, hand it off, and see if you can't break a run and get down there. If it gets to a 3rd or 4th down, they might look at throwing the ball a little bit, but I think this play, if you pick up 3 or 4 yards, then you can just keep the ball on the ground.
Now Marvin Joseph is the running back. Kylan Thomas is the wide receiver towards the bottom of your screen. Got 16 seconds on the play clock on this 2nd down and 8. Joseph the carry, looking for a hole, and he's got one, and he stays on his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, 26 yards for Marvin Joseph. His 2nd touchdown run of the night.
Marvin Joseph just said, hey, keep giving me the ball. Every time I get the ball, I get in the end zone.
Number 21.
Good piece of running that time. We thought they had him stopped in the backfield.
And the Central Wildcats ground game churning once again. And they're back up by 2 scores. Setting up for the extra point try is Nathan Zimmer. Zimmer, good size for a kicker, 6'2", 200 pounds. And through the uprights.
Zimmer kick is up and good. With 1 minute and 33
Well, our Cox Mobile smart call of the game. And what that is running the football with Marvin Joseph. That was your smart call of the game, courtesy of Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Marvin Joseph broke 2 tackles on his way to the end zone.
So now Lafayette Christian will get the ball back. They'll have about 90 seconds to work with. They'll have 2 timeouts as well. Coming up at halftime, we're going to hear from the strength and conditioning coach for Central, Coach DeStasio. And they have an outstanding new weight room at Central High School. We'll show you some footage of that as well, but it's beyond state-of-the-art, Greg.
Did you come in and get a workout before this game?
I wish I would have.
Took a tour of the weight room and got a workout in.
I don't want to ruin anything in there. That thing is pristine. So we'll talk about that and a lot of the other advancements that Central has. A lot of their players, though, they have one of those GPS monitors to track how fast the guys are running out on the field. So they do a lot of sophisticated stuff here. Great light show before the game as the team was coming out, taking on the field. They've done a great job with this facility, Greg, with the AstroTurf, the lighting, the scoreboard. Always a great fan base here, but David Semino certainly has this program headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it was a great turnout in pregame. They had a lot of people here early, people out in the parking lot, picnicking and tailgating and really getting into it. And I think they've done a good job when you look at the green space that they created around the stadium for people who, if you want to come to the game and then just have your kids running around, they've got that kind of space here. I think it's a really great atmosphere.
It is a great atmosphere. Lafayette Christian also has a great atmosphere for its games. Always enjoy calling games from there. But right now for LCA, it's just a struggle. And they knew, even though they felt good about, despite what happened earlier this week, letting Zach Lockhart go and bringing in co-head coaches, they felt good about that, but they knew this was going to be a tough challenge. Here's a nice tunnel screen that's going to result in a good play here with Braden Allen making the catch. Braden Allen ends up picking up 18 yards. Yeah, I think you got to figure out a way to get Braden Allen the ball.
Well, you have to get Braden Allen the ball. You have to give your quarterback some space to operate where he can make some things happen with his feet. And I think that will change the way the defense has to play you.
Dropping the ball was Walker, picks it up now, just throws it downfield, and it's incomplete as he was trying to get it to Braden Allen. Coach Matt Stanifer calls Braden Allen the most underrated receiver in the class of 2026. He can squat 405 pounds, he can run and jump, and he's also willing to block. And one of the mottos that they use at Lafayette Christian, if you don't block, you don't get the route. So 2nd down and 10. Well, the screen pass wasn't there, and keeping it himself was Walker, and he runs for about 6 to the 45. Big 3rd down coming up.
That's a good heads up by Walker, just taking off with the ball. Puts you in good situation for 3rd down. Under a minute to play in a half. I think you still can look to score. You pick up this 1st down first, and then you have 4 downs to take a shot at the end zone.
Walker has an offer from Arkansas State. He's a junior, got great knowledge of the game. So on 3rd down and 4, pressure coming again, and he gets creamed on that play. 3 Central defenders combine in on the sack. Camden Rankin is the one you're watching there. But again, no chance here for Braylon Walker.
Yeah, just too many defenders. Too many, no place to go.
Central will use a timeout. One of their 3 timeouts, as Lafayette Christian's going to have to punt, but there's another sophomore. Man, we're calling a lot of sophomores here for Central that are continuing to make plays here tonight.
You know, if I'm Central, you call the timeout, I think it's a good heads up. You want to make them punt the ball, because if on the punt, anything can happen. You get a big return and set you up for one shot to the end zone. But it's a big play right here if you're Central. If you can hold them to where they are and make them punt to you, but if you get any kind of return, you got a chance to score before the half. And again, Central gets the ball to start the 2nd half.
There you look at the 2 head coaches, David Simino in his 2nd season, Matt Stanifer, the co-head coach, along with Mitch Kraft. Stanifer played at Louisiana Christian. Kraft played at Southern Miss. Stanifer is a Westminster Academy grad. David Simino, a grad from Parkview Baptist. Leading Central to a 9-4 record last year. The Wildcats, they lost their opening game to De La Salle, then they won 6 in a row. Played Catholic High and Zachary High really tough. Then went on the road in the opening round of the playoffs and blew out East St. John in a game that was seen here on Game Time, 45-13. Then a huge win for Central when they went up to Monroe and defeated Neville, overcoming a 2-touchdown deficit and beating the Tigers 17-16, and then nearly got to the semifinals but lost to Dutchtown 21-20.
Good punt for LCA. They put them back inside the 20-yard line.
I would think Coach Simino is going to be pretty conservative here. No reason to try to do anything crazy deep in your own zone, but that was a great punt to flip the field.
Yeah, flip the field, and, you know, if you're Coach Semino, you just maybe run the ball and see if you can't break something. If you break a big play, that's one thing, and if you don't, you just take it into the halftime and come back. You get the football and start the 2nd half.
Well, one of the things they wanted to do was find a little more consistency in the run game. I think they've found that here tonight, Greg.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they got that Wildcat early in the 1st half and just moved the ball down the field with relative ease.
Cooper in the backfield with Jackson Furman. The lone score for LCA is a defensive touchdown.
A little surprised they're throwing the ball right here.
And Furman all the way by his own goal line. Now will take off with it. Furman gets crushed as he got to the 24-yard line. That is Caleb Simon, who's an outstanding baseball player for LCA. Made a big hit there on Furman, who did pick up a 1st down on that run.
He did. I was just surprised he went back to throw the ball.
Wow, what a hit there on Jackson Furman, but he gets back up. Ready to go here on 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Low snap. Pressure coming. Furman just probably got to throw it away and throwing it in coverage there, trying to get the ball to Tyrann Williams. Parker was there defensively, so 13 seconds to go.
I think this is where you coach. You got to tell a quarterback, listen, 2 near misses here. Let's just hand the ball off and get out of here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do here. Still got 2 timeouts. Up by 10, and as Greg mentioned a couple minutes ago, Central will get the ball to begin the second half. So back-to-back possessions here for the Wildcats.
Well, they got 3 wide receivers to one side and 2 to the other side. That means when they did that, they're going to try to throw the screen to one of these guys and hopefully they can break it. That's what they did in the first half.
Probably looking and seeing where they got the numbers as far as, and LCA is bringing an all-out blitz. Furman throws one deep. His receiver has a few steps on the defender, but it's incomplete as he went to Womack. And now it's 3rd and 10 and just 7 seconds to go in this first half. Well, Central, they're playing all the way to the final second here. They're trying to create a big play. I kind of like that play call, though. Might as well throw it up.
See if something happens?
Yeah, throw it up to Womack and see what might happen.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you throw the ball, there are 3 things that can happen. 2 of them are not good.
All right, so
I think you hand the ball off right here.
You've been calling for the handoff since this drive started.
You better hand it off and get out of here. Call it a day, man.
There it is. Cooper gets the carry, and Cooper breaks the tackle, spins away from another defender. What a hard run by the freshman to end our first half. He's fun to watch.
I think Cooper, he ran with an attitude that time. I think he was upset because he wanted to run the ball from the beginning. He was like me. He was saying, let's just run and get out of here.
He was one defender away from breaking it.
He was. That was a great run.
All right, we are going to be able to hear from Coach David Seminole. Let's send it down to the field.
Coach Seminole, in the second quarter, Marvin Joseph provided you guys a great spark. What other element does he bring to this offense?
Oh, man, Marvin's dynamite for us on the offensive and the defensive side. You saw the running pop. I'm proud of the physicality that we're showing on the offensive line. I think the tide's starting to turn there.
And defensively, you guys did not give up a touchdown in the first half. What makes this defense so special?
The D-line's hunting, man. You know, Coach Kent does a great job of scheming those guys up, man. So we're going to try and keep it going.
What's one thing you want to change going into the second half?
We got to protect the football. I mean, this is a 17-0 football game. If we just punt on 3rd down rather than trying to do too much, so just got to make better decisions.
All right, good luck, Coach.
David Seminole and Derry Beckwith, a couple of Parkview Baptist grads. 17-7, Central leading LCA. We'll have our halftime show coming up from Central when we come back on Game Time.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Today, it's not just how much you make that counts. It's how much you keep. At Egan Insurance, protecting your wealth is our major priority. One that comes with a promise that no matter what threatens your wealth, accident, theft, fire, or illness, we'll be there to protect your financial assets just as we have for more than 60 years. Egan Insurance. How those who've made it, keep it.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it.
Oh, Hampton's hot. I bet you there's no better feeling than celebrating a touchdown with a fancy touchdown dance. Why don't you show us a few moves for when we get big settlements?
You just got to get into it first. You got to run into it, and you got to...
I can't do that.
Start putting that arm back there now.
We can call this the diggity shovel.
I like that, the diggity shovel.
Laborde Earls, proud partners with Jamal Williams.
I love commercials.
For over 75 years, the Butcher AC family has helped cool South Louisiana's homes and businesses with high-quality, dependable, and professional air conditioning, sales, and service. A clear line of communication with a true voice, gathering your information and dispatching it to our professional team gets you the quick response and comfort of a job well done.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
As a personal injury attorney, I see every single day how injured someone can be in an accident. So that's why I've been so impressed with the features that the GLC has to offer.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
Central Wildcats leading the Lafayette Christian 17-7 at halftime. It's now time for the LHSAA Spotlight, brought to you by the LHSAA Network.
Welcome back to the High School Spotlight. Elijah Haven of the Dunham School is the #1 ranked recruit for the class of 2027. The sophomore quarterback stands 6'5", 210 pounds, and set the single-season record for touchdown passes with 35 as a freshman. Haven is coached by Neil Weiner, whose Dunham Tigers are 4-0 and ranked top 3 in the state in 2A. Here's a closer look at Elijah Haven and the Tigers of Dunham.
Thursday night football, Ascension Catholic traveling to Seagan Lane to take on the Dunham Tigers, a matchup that has always been close. First quarter, it's Camille LaBeouf who finds Johnny Vialon on the screen pass. Vialon is going to weave his way down the sideline into the end zone for an early Bulldog lead. The Bulldogs' defense came to play early. Elijah Haven drops back to pass, but he will be sacked by Vaughn Blanchard. Haven and the Tigers struggled on offense early. Now, late in the fourth quarter, Tigers down 18-14. They need a score. Who you going to call? Elijah Haven. He dials his own number, takes off past the defenders, makes a man miss, and cruises his way into the end zone to give the Tigers a late lead. Defense would come up big yet again with an interception to seal it, and Dunham takes home the W 21-8.
The St. Michael Warriors are off to a blazing start this season, winning 15 of 16 matches. Rob Smith's team will be a force in Division III playoffs come November. U-High, under veteran coach Benita Johnson, has also racked up a gaudy record, winning 18 matches, including 11 of their last 12. Here's how it all played out on a Tuesday night at the Pennington Center.
You know, I thought we played pretty well in the first 2 sets, and then I thought we kind of got lazy in that third set, and U-High upped their game. And so we kind of had to challenge our kids into that fourth set, like, hey, we're talking about a level of consistency, especially first contact, serve and pass. And I thought we did a really good job of responding to that in that fourth set. So we have 3 Bellas, a Bryn, a Brennan. We have 2 Avas on this team, so I always get names wrong. But, yes, all 3 Bellas, Brennan and Bryn, are all on the court. All 3 Bellas are on at the same time. So it makes it hard sometimes to get the person's attention that you want.
I think everybody had a lot of fight in them after we lost in the third set. I think nobody gave up, and I think that's what really brings us as a team together. We all have a drive, and we all want to work for each other, and I think that's something that we had that a lot of teams don't. The names on our offense, Bella Johnson and Bella Bravada, they are outstanding. They place their shots extremely well. Skylar Towner did very well as well. She knows how to place and swing. You never know what to expect coming from her. So I think they help our offense extremely, and their hitting percentages are insane.
We had an amazing serving night. I think Camille Kinchin put on an absolute show with her aces in the fourth set. She just blew them out the water. I think our outer system was really well. We did a really good job just placing the ball and driving the ball when we had the chance. You know, we are just a really fight team. We love to just start off with a bang, and even though sometimes we have our lows, we maintain a pretty steady run throughout the whole entire match.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
West Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you in Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a 4th branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
This time in the car gives me a few extra minutes with these two.
They said a car loan with your credit wasn't possible, but you found a new road to get there.
These little moments mean everything to me.
Hope makes it happen. With credit-building resources and personal support, Hope Credit Union's tailored loan solutions make your life better, no matter your income or credit. Brighter futures begin with hope.
Back at Central, where the Wildcats are leading Lafayette Christian Academy 17-7. Great performance by the Central High Marching Band. Jeff Palermo, along with the strength and conditioning coach for Central High School, Tom DeStasio. Tom, thanks a lot for stopping by, and congratulations on helping build this Central football program. You guys look fantastic out there.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited about everything that we got going on here at Central. Great support from the community, the coaching staff, and the kids have really bought in. And good start to the season, but we still got a lot of work to do.
This is your second year here at Central High School. When you come on at Central, or when you start trying to develop a kid and get them into the weight room, what are some of the things that you really harp on early on to get them in that routine, to make sure that they're there lifting weights, whatever it is, 5 days a week or whatever you're asking out of them?
Sure. We're all about culture. We want to set a standard that's at a high level on a daily basis, no matter what sport you play, no matter what your background is, your training experience, your talent level. We have standards that we hold true from start to finish. So that's something that, like you said, we harp on day one, and we hold that standard and we push the standard every single day. It's something that we really believe in. Coach Semino's really infiltrated that into our entire culture, and it's something that the kids buy into, and it's something that we can hang our hats on, that we're going to do our best to uphold that standard every day.
Now, we mentioned it briefly in the first half about this weight room that Central High School has. This thing is unbelievable. How awesome is it to show up to work every day and have a facility like this?
Yeah, we are incredibly fortunate with the support that we've gotten. This weight room is, it's I'm like a kid in a candy shop when it comes to this weight room. The ceiling has been raised in terms of what we can do. The standards are always going to be the standards, and we're always going to train hard. We're going to train with passion and a great effort and attention to detail. But this just levels up our training. The kids are excited about it, and it allows us to really push the limits on what we're able to do.
Yeah, I would imagine a facility like that makes the kids – I remember my weight room in high school was a dungy place, had dust all over the place, and I was like, oh, I got to go to that place again. But kids got to be excited to show up to work out there.
Sure. It's a game changer for us in terms of just the excitement level and the commitment to it. It shows that we put in what we expect from them. And the kids appreciate it, and they work hard, and that's all we can ask for.
Tom, keep up the good work, man. Appreciate it. That is awesome. It's great to see something like that at a high school here in the Baton Rouge area. Tom DeStasio, the strength and weightlifting coach for the Central Wildcats. We'll be right back after this here on Game Time.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job.
Bring it higher.
Turn it up, boy. Get it done.
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration, we are ready to serve your AC heating needs. I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor. Be king of grill night. And best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Guidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Guidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Guidry's Catfish.
We've known you for a few years now, so let's do kind of a lightning round.
Think of it as a 2-minute drill, but with questions.
Ooh,
okay.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Spicy or mild? Spicy.
Crawfish or shrimp?
Boiled crawfish. Your favorite holiday? Mardi Gras for sure.
You've been hurt in an accident. What's the next thing that you do?
That's a no-brainer. Call the board Earls at all 7s.
Bonus question.
Favorite attorney, David
or Digger?
I plead the fifth.
Well played.
Wise choice.
From upstream and midstream to downstream and renewable, you can count on Danos. The world needs energy, and we deliver. Visit danos.com today.
Back at Central, where the Wildcats looking to go 5-0. They lead Lafayette Christian 17-7. Jeff Palermo and Greg Bowser with you. And for the Central Wildcats, are really a dominating first half. The only touchdown they gave up was a defensive touchdown for Lafayette Christian. But Central has found a running game, and that was something that David Simino was hoping they'd be able to get accomplished here in this game.
Well, he was, and the thing that does for him is keeps them moving in the right direction offensively. It's a low-risk offense. You're able to run the football. You don't turn it over, except you had that one mistake where the quarterback fumbled it for a touchdown. But all in all, I think if you're Central, you got to be happy with the way you've played. And on the other side of the ball, you got to think, hey, what else can we do? If you're LCA, what else can you do to get things going? Because they've got to figure out a way to jumpstart this offense.
Central's pressure on Lafayette Christian's quarterback has been intense in this game so far.
It has been, and they've been able to do it with just 4 people up front. That's the surprising thing. And, we thought that Lafayette Christian would be able to throw the football to some of their skilled people and create some problems, but that hadn't happened.
Yeah, only a couple of big pass plays. That's about it. Let's take a look at our first half highlights, and we'll also give you some of the stats as our highlights and stats from the first half, sponsored by Laborde Earls Injury Attorneys. Call all 7s or visit onmyside.com. They had a lot of swing passes early on for Central to get the Wildcats offense going.
Well, they did a lot of wide receiver screens. They put two receivers to one side, and they throw out to that side and then have them block and go ahead. And this is where they came in late in the first half, late in the quarter, and just started running the football. And Central was successful with that.
Marvin Joseph getting in the end zone for the first of his 2 touchdowns in that first half. Meanwhile, for Braylon Walker, a couple of pass plays. There's one to Braden Allen. Nice pickup there, but they just didn't have much of that. Here's their one touchdown, though. The forced fumble by Winters right to Michael Bonnet. The big guy gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Then Central gets back to its ground game, and more of Marvin Joseph, the sensational sophomore. Meanwhile, for Braylon Walker, he was beat up in that first half. And here's a look at your stats. How about that? Negative 19 rushing yards for the Knights.
Well, and you hold them to only 40 total yards offense. That's not, you got to figure out a way to get your offense going if you LCA. And 4 first downs, they're pretty well even there. But the big thing was that Central was able to score when they got within scoring range. When they crossed midfield, they were able to figure out how to get the ball in the end zone. And look at the rushing, 100 yards rushing for Central.
And for Central, they got to limit the penalties in order to make sure they can win their 5th straight game to start the season. We'll be back, second half kickoff from Central when we come back on Game Time.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
There are many signs to help protect us from harm, to warn us from harming ourselves, or prevent us from harming others. But sometimes the best sign is the one that protects you from things you never knew or even thought would hurt you. Egan Insurance, the sign of quality insurance protection since 1954.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor, be king of grill night, and best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Guidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Guidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Guidry's Catfish.
Game Time on Yurview is brought to you by Laborde Earls Injury Lawyers, on your side. Hope Credit Union. Brighter futures begin with hope. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. Nick's Refrigeration, your comfort specialist. Trabb Chevrolet in Homa, where we're always on your side. Catch every game live or on demand at watch.yurview.com. Follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
Central Wildcats are 24 minutes away from starting off the season 5-0 as they have a 17-7 lead over Lafayette Christian. Meanwhile, the Knights, who are playing in Division III this season. The last couple of years they've been playing in Division II, but they've dropped back down to Division III, so in a different district that features Notre Dame. No more Turlings and St. Thomas More in their district. And they know once they get into district play, things will get a little bit better for them. As I mentioned, they're towards the end of the first half. They knew this was going to be a tall challenge for them to come out with a victory. And so far, Central has been the better team. But let's see what happens here in the second half. Lincoln Aragona has it teed up, and it's a squib kick. Bouncing around on that turf, picked up at the 26-yard line. And a head of steam here for the return there. This could be a touchdown. This is Tyron Williams all the way down to the 10-yard line. A flag flies late. But Tyron Williams gets the second half off to a great start for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you try to squib it to make sure you get the coverage, and they look like they had it covered, and all of a sudden he just split two guys and off to the races. They got to get him for probably a horse collar tackle here on this one.
There's no penalty on the play for horse collar.
They're going to pick it up.
All right. There was no flag. But a great start for Central. That's the way you want to do it. And the ball will be spotted right at the 10-yard line.
You know, when you in a game like this at halftime, if you're Central, what you tell you guys is keep the foot on the gas, don't let up. Let's go ahead and take this game and put it away while we got them on the ropes. We're gonna get the ball first, try to get it in the end zone. They get a big return. This is their chance to add to the lead. And if you're LCA, you're telling you guys, hey, we got to hang in there, we got to stop them. Well, you get your backs against the wall now.
Central starting this drive inside the Hope Credit Union red zone. Hope Credit Union, brighter futures begin with hope. And they go back to that Wildcat package. This is Marvin Joseph, who's got 2 rushing touchdowns already tonight. Bounces it to the outside. And then is pushed out of bounds at about the 2-yard line by Chris Hilaire. Hilaire, a real student of the game for Lafayette Christian, had 14 tackles and a couple of interceptions last week.
Watch Joseph. He just presses the line of scrimmage and then bounces it to the outside, trying to use his speed to get around the corner. Is out of bounds, right at the 2-yard line.
Again, Joseph, just a sophomore. Coach David Simino thinks he will be a Power 4 player. This kid is going to be getting offers from SEC schools. He's that good, playing both ways, offense and defense. Good athlete. Seems like he's having big games every week. Joseph again will take the direct snap. This time he'll try the left side. And he stood up right at the 1-yard line, and then the Knights push him back to set up what will be a third. We'll see if he got the first down. They could have picked up the first down there. We'll see where the forward progress is. Looks like he did not get the first down.
I think he's short of the first down.
So 3rd down and about a yard.
And I think the third time's a charm. I mean, you run that play again, maybe to the other side. He's had a lot of been very effective going to his right.
Right. That was the first time they've tried the left side. John Cummings is an offensive tackle on that.
And then with the ball being on that left hash mark, that gives him a lot of room to the right side of the offense to operate.
Saying Cummings on the left side. Braden Ringe is the all-district player on the right side. And missing the tackle and getting into the end zone is Marvin Joseph. What a great job to sidestep that defender and get into the end zone for the third time tonight.
Well, I tell you, we're looking at a special kid there. I mean, when you can make that kind of a play, I mean, he basically got the football and just stepped away from a would-be tackler. That would have been a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, a defender comes in there free without anybody really putting a hand on him, and Joseph able to avoid that tackler and gets into the end zone, and now Central ups its lead to 23-7.
Well, the Central coaches have got to be happy with what they've seen so far. I mean, this is exactly the way you would draw it up coming out of halftime.
And the extra point is good.
Kick is up and good.
And now let's take a look at our play of the game.
That's the opening kickoff of the second half.
It is our hot, cool play of the day, brought to you by Butcher AC, Butcher Air Conditioning, a name you can trust. Great way to start off the second half.
Looked like just a normal kickoff, and all of a sudden he goes right up the sideline, makes two guys miss, and almost runs it back to the end zone.
And then that set up the touchdown run by Marvin Joseph. Somehow able to avoid Michael Bonnet back in the backfield. So 24-7 now for Central. Not the way LCA wanted to start it here tonight. And the Wildcats looking good, while the Knights could be falling to 1-4. It's really something to see what's happening in the Lafayette area with Lafayette Christian, St. Thomas More, and Karen Crow all off to slow starts this season. Those three right there have a combined 2 wins between all three of them. Karen Crow is winless. STM 1-3. LCA 1-3. This will be returned by Brennan Walker. Walker across the 20. Walker will now just step out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A rare kick there by Nathan Zimmer that did not get into the end zone. And there is our scoring drive. Brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. All it took was 3 plays and a handful of yards to get into the end zone for the third time. So Matt Staniford gets the guys huddled up here, and we'll see if LCA can generate any kind of offense.
Well, they have to figure out a way to do that because this is a big series for them. If they don't pick up some first down, even score, you give the ball back to Central, it's going to be a problem because it doesn't seem like they've figured out how to stop this Central offense.
And the pressure was relentless in that first half. Can the LCA offensive line figure out anything here to try to hold the Central defense from getting in on Braylon Walker as fast as they got to him in that first half? This drive will start from the 32-yard line, and they'll go to the ground. Not much running room at all, maybe a yard or two. That hole was plugged by K.D. Mays, and nothing happening for Jalen Noel.
K.D. Mays gets to the football. I mean, he's in on almost every tackle.
Very impressed with the Mays kids. K.D. May, an exceptional player, steady player. He's got offers from Arkansas State, ULM, and Nichols. To the air on second down, and it's complete, a first down and more. Big play here for the Knights, and no one is going to catch him. There's that speed on the outside for Lafayette Christian, and it finally showed up. Braden Allen on the touchdown catch, and the Knights are on the board, and they are within 11 now.
Well, that's a big play for him. I mean, that time you just threw a quick slant. He threw the ball right between two defenders, and once you get the ball in his hands, there's nobody going to catch him. There was nobody even close.
Well, that is, and now a flag comes flying in late. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Maybe does LCA have too many guys on the field?
Yeah, I think they huddled, and when they broke the huddle, there were too many people in the huddle. And I think that's going to be the call.
Well, they're saying it's on Central somehow.
No, it's on Central.
Because they're talking with the LCA coaching staff on what they want to do, whether they want to accept the penalty here or on the kickoff.
What a big play, big offensive play. I mean, geez.
Well, that's an example of why LCA is so dangerous. And then when they start playing schools their size in Division III, and when they get in the postseason.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Flags unsportsmanlike against the Wildcats.
Looks like they're going to take it on the kickoff.
I would take it on the kickoff. No reason to do it on the extra point, especially if you're just going for 1 point and not 2.
Yeah, that looks like what they're going to do, take it on the kickoff.
To the goal.
Oh, they're going to take it right now. I don't know if they had the option to take it on the kickoff. Maybe they didn't have the option. I don't know. Aragona will size it up. But what you saw right there, that's what makes them so dangerous. They're going to be a low seed in the playoffs based on their record. And that is blocked. Play is dead immediately, but Stephen Raynell came in there off the edge. Nobody blocked him. But Lafayette Christian does get a touchdown here, and they still have some life. But they're down by 11. More coming up on Game Time.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a fourth branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it!
Boom! Hampton's hot.
Let's take a look at the catch of the day, brought to you by Guidry's Catfish, feeding your family like ours since 1976. And Braden Allen catches it, and nobody can catch him. His 5th touchdown catch of the season as Lafayette Christian scores its first offensive touchdown of the night.
Just a simple slant route. He hit it, and once he got the ball in his hands, it was just a matter of outrunning everybody to the end zone.
So that scoring drive brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. Just a 2-play drive there for Lafayette Christian, but able to get into the end zone. And now they'll kick it back off. I don't know if they'll be doing the squib kick again, this time to Tyron Williams.
Number 10, Raynell, and number 21.
If they do, you got to cover.
Aragona has it teed up. Central was thinking they might see an onside kick. They started creeping up. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds on the kickoff. They're trying some sort of sky kick, but it didn't work out.
No, it didn't. It's, I guess it's better than letting them run it all the way back.
Yeah. Now can LCA's defense come up with a stand? That's the question. And do we see Central run the football
kick out
more?
Of bounds on the kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
We'll see what Central does. I mean, I'll be surprised if they don't come back and go to that running game. They went to that running game down before, and it was very successful.
The result of the penalty, ball being spotted at the 35-yard line. First down.
So at the 35 here, Jackson Furman and the Wildcat offense back out there. Offensive line has done a nice job. Landon Crochet at center. They've started a lot of guys at center this season. Devin Reed at right tackle is a converted nose guard. And they run the football here once again with Marvin Joseph. He moves the pile forward for about 3 yards.
Goes on the carry on the left side. Being a 4 play.
And brought down on the ground there for LCA. That was Eli Aguirre, a sophomore defensive lineman. We have a whistle. We have an injured Central player down on the ground.
That's going to be Marvin Joseph.
Oh, that's not good at all.
No. I think it's 21.
So we'll take, well, it looks like it's only just a cramping injury. So as Coach David Semino runs out there. Let's, while we have a second here, let's bring in Derry Beckwith with this ITI Technical College scoring report, or sideline report, I should say. And Derry, how about the speed there from the Lafayette Christian receiver, Braden Allen? He ran away from the Central defense.
Talking to LCA coach at halftime, he talked about this offense has to be more explosive in the second half and keep Braylon Walker upright. They did that on the last drive, got an explosive play for a touchdown. He said they have to make quick strikes to get back into this ball game.
Well, that's exactly what they did. Unfortunately, they allowed Central to score right away. That's Mitch Kraft. He's the other co-head coach. As I mentioned earlier, played at Southern Miss. And kids were really excited after, despite what happened with Coach Lockhart being let go earlier this week. And Coach Matt Staniford told me we're going to see a hungry team here tonight that wants to prove that they're still one of the best teams in the state. This is just a tough assignment. This is a very good Central team. For Lafayette Christian, they will be taking on Lafayette Renaissance next week, which is led by Trev Falk, who's the director of football operations. And then they got a big game in a couple weeks against Notre Dame. We have an outstanding game next week as we get to see Harlan Berry for St. Martin's taking on Riverside. And Diedrich Lachele, the terrific running back for Riverside. Riverside made it to the state championship game last year. Be a fun one in the River Parishes next Friday night. That pass is complete. Turning upfield is Kylan Thomas. And that's a first down for the Wildcats across the 50-yard line.
This is good pass protection here. Salt's right up front. Nobody clear pocket. And he just drops it in for a big first down play.
Yeah, nice job there by Jackson Furman. Up to the 48-yard line. Up-tempo offense here for Central as they get right back to the line of scrimmage.
I think Jackson Furman, if he gets some time, he can deliver some pretty good passes.
And now they run it straight ahead and only for a couple of yards. And that first down, by the way, brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Keldon Cooper on the carry. A freshman here for Central. Got 5 yards on that pickup. The senior quarterback, Jackson Furman, now relaying the play call to his teammates. Furman stands at 6'3". He's 200 pounds. He keeps it. Nice catch as he was falling down by Womack. Furman was determined to make that play work.
I'm not sure what that play was about. It looked like
I think they were trying one of those screen passes to the outside, but Lafayette Christian, after getting burned by that a few times in the first half, they've really defended it well.
They played it. I just didn't know what Furman was going to do. It looked like he was going to take off and run with it.
Well, he just wanted to throw it. There was no doubt about it. He had his mind made up. Third down and a long 4. Need to get to the 38-yard line here. LCA's defense could really use a stop. Down by 11. Furman spins out of the pocket.
He can run for the first down.
Instead, he throws it downfield, and it's caught, but there is a penalty flag.
Yeah, it's going to come back. I think he's got another ineligible receiver downfield. He had a lineman that went down the field.
Looked like Devin Reed was the guy that was already downfield on the play offensively on that offensive line. But that was a heck of a throw and catch there for Central.
Ineligible downfield offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Means third down.
Actually, they got Landon Crochette. So that eliminates what was a terrific first down play for Central. Good throw on the run.
Good catch.
Yep.
Be a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Nicely done by Kylan Thomas bringing it down.
Yeah, this is what's happened to Central. They get a good drive going and they hurt themselves.
Penalties have been a problem here tonight for the Wildcats. Around 10 penalties here tonight. So the football is at the 48.
If you're LCA, this is a big play. This is a chance to get off the football field and get the ball back to your offense.
15 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time here for Furman. 5 wide receivers on this set. Here comes the pressure right away, and they got to him. Jaden Arsenault.
It's almost like Arsenault knew the snap count. I mean, he got off. Watch him get off on the ball right there. I mean, he got off before the tackle could get out of his stance.
And no chance there for John Cummings. And what looked like it was going to be another nice drive for the Central Wildcats stalls because of penalties. So now they bring out Nathan Zimmer to punt the football away. Calvin Parker ready to return for the Knights.
Number 0, Trey Parker.
LCA coming after that one. Another good punt. That's going to take a bounce for Central and then get down right at the 20-yard line. We'll take a break. We'll see if the Knights offense can produce another explosive play on offense. They're down by 11. This is Game Time on Yurview.
Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you in Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today. At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job.
Bring it higher.
Turn it up, boy. Get it done.
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration, we are ready to serve your AC heating needs.
Central up 24-13. LCA gets the ball back. And let's see if they got a little more confidence after the last time they had the football, scoring on the long touchdown pass to Braden Allen.
They're going to have to put the ball in the air and have to score quickly because they can't run the football.
Yep. No, the running game has been non-existent. Caden Bellard, the freshman running back, is out there. They've been rotating between him and Noel. They do try to run with Bellard, and Bellard finds a little seam, and he gets about 7 yards. That's one of their best runs of the night, Greg.
Yeah, big run for him off a right tackle. But, again, they've got to hurry up and get something going. Once they get the Central defense out there on their heels, they've got to keep it going.
Well, 2nd down and 3. They actually got both running backs out there now, so maybe trying to just change things up. Now they swing it out to Bellard. Bellard's got a couple blockers out there in front of him. Has enough for the first down to the 32-yard line. Alexander Stewart, one of the defenders there to make the tackle for the Wildcats. They move the first down chains. That first down brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD.
You know, LCA is down 24-13, but you're still in the 3rd quarter. You got some time. If you can get the ball in the end zone on this drive, it changes the complexion of the whole ball game.
Walker swings it out once again to Brennan Walker. Again, they're cousins. That's a pickup of maybe 2 or 3. And the Knights trying to get into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Just trying to get something going offensively, trying to spread the field a little bit, spread the ball out so you can get some running room inside.
Another swing pass to Walker, trying to get to the outside, and he does, and then is knocked out of bounds at the 48. That's enough for the first down. They move the chains on the far side again.
Back out of bounds by the 48-yard line.
Just taking what the defense gives you. Short passes and letting your receivers run with the football.
Good job blocking on the perimeter by August. But as you take a look at Brennan Walker there, one of the best receivers in the state, had 1,200 yards receiving last year. Plays on the defensive side of the ball sometimes. Running off to the left side, and that time Katie Mays in on another tackle for the Wildcats.
You know, from LCA, I'll come back to that same setup because nobody's covering. You got the defense outnumbered to the top side. They got 3 receivers out there, and you've only got 2 defensive backs. It's a great time to look up and throw the ball over there. You see this setup again. They got 3 receivers out there, and you only have 2 defensive backs.
Oh, stumbling and falling to the ground was Noel. Got to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So now 3rd and long here. And Noel will limp off towards the sidelines as Bellard will come back out there.
3rd and 9. Crucial play right here. Pick up some yards. Pick up about 5 yards, and you got a chance to go for it on 4th down.
3rd down and 9. Probably lost a half yard on that last play. Wide open. Coverage bust. Begno all the way inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That's a 1st down for the Knights as they convert on 3rd and long.
And you see that's the same formation we were talking about. They got 3 receivers to the top side. You've only got 2 defensive backs. So now they've got to make a decision, and the safety can't get over in time.
Caden Luke finally able to shove him out of bounds, but all of a sudden, Lafayette Christian inside the red zone. The Hope Credit Union red zone. Now a shot to the end zone, and boy, that would have been a terrific catch if he was able to make the grab there. But what an effort by Brandon Allen to try to reel that one in. It's now 2nd down and 10.
This is a pretty good throw here.
Good coverage, too.
Yeah, good coverage. Good position by the defensive back.
I think that was Blason Stoken. Yes, it was Stoken there on the coverage.
I think if I'm LCA, I got to come back and go back to throwing that short pass. Short passes and let my guys pick up some positive yards.
Well, Brennan Walker's lined up in the slot. Let's see if they go to him. They've been running this 2 running back set.
Well, now's the time to go to back out of the backfield because there's nobody with him.
Watch out. That was, I guess, a forward pass. It was close, though, as they tried to get the ball to Parker. And now it's 3rd and long again here for LCA.
If you're LCA, you've got to pick up some yards. If you pick up 5 yards, I think you go for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
But you got to pick up some yards right now. You can't afford to lose yards. And he might go for it anyway, but I think he's got to pick something up positive.
Aragona's range is anything within the 40, anything within 40 yards. Right now, it would be a 36-yard field goal if they don't pick up any yards.
And he's got the receivers at the top side to the right, to the quarterback's right. He's got them outnumbered over there. That's where he wants to throw the football.
Time to throw for Walker. Wide, it's almost intercepted. Trying to get the ball to Noel, and it was knocked away. Connor Scott got his hand out there, and they are going to bring the field goal unit on. I don't know where he was going. Well, I guess he was trying to get the ball to Brendan Walker, but that was some tight.
Yeah, he was trying to force it into the back of the end zone with Brendan Walker, but he had the receiver short if he wanted it.
So Aragona now.
This will be 36.
Yep. High snap. Looking good.
Got it.
And it's a one-possession game. Nice job there by Lafayette Christian. 2 drives in this third quarter, and it's resulted in points, both of them.
Good job of mixing up the plays. Got the ball down there in big plays. And then you get it field goal range. You never thought they'd go for a field goal from there. I thought they'd go for it on 4th down, try to pick it up.
4th and 10, such a low percentage, Greg, and then they really do feel good about his leg within 40 yards. So that makes up a little bit for having that last extra point blocked. They're now within 1 possession, and I think if you would have told Lafayette Christian going into this game, hey, it's the end of the third quarter or towards the end of the third quarter, and it's a one-possession game, I think they would have taken it.
I think if you go in at halftime and look at the score at halftime and the statistics, I think, they have to be pretty pleased because they were not moving the football at all, but they were still in the ball game.
Yeah, let's bring in Derry Beckwith with this ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry, what have you seen from Lafayette Christian's offense here in the second half compared to what we saw in the first half?
They're taking it one play at a time. Talking to LCA coach at halftime, that's what he talked about it. Taking it one play at a time. They're hitting big plays, and they're being patient on offense, and also they're keeping pressure off of the quarterback.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Braylon Walker, especially on that third down play, had all day to throw. They've done a much better job keeping these Central defenders off of him. And another one that's just going to go right out of bounds.
Oh, he got down to the 40-yard line.
Well, they're trying to be creative on the kickoffs. It's just not working out for Lafayette Christian.
No, I think they're just trying to not get a big return.
Yeah. All right, the Central offense will get back out there. Here's a look at the scoring drive. 10 plays, 56 yards, wrapped up by that 36-yard field goal by Aragona. Our scoring drive brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line here for Central.
Now, if you're LCA, you got to come out and play defense. You got to get them stopped. You can't let them drive the ball on you.
Low snap and a nice tackle. Marzell bringing down the ball carrier Cooper right away. A 1-yard gain.
Good stop. You got him 1-yard gain. Second down. Now you got to get him stopped again on second down. You got to play it one down at a time. And look, you're still in this ball game. You a one score game as poorly as they've played. They've got to be excited about that. That should have a lot of enthusiasm.
5 wide receivers for the Wildcats.
And they've got man-to-man coverage at the top side. If that's where he wants to go with the ball, he's got a chance. This is going to be against Central.
Yep.
Before the snap, flag on the play.
False start. Offense number 77, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
So that pushes them back 5 yards.
Yeah, you got to be, if you're Lafayette Christian, you have to be thinking defensively about bringing a blitz or something, bringing somebody in there to try to throw them for a loss. Especially in this situation, you have 5 receivers. You want to put pressure on the quarterback as quick as you can.
LCA rushes 4. Furman. Pass is complete, but the receiver, Kylan Thomas, taken to the turf right away by Chris Elair.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. It's a good job. A little pressure on the quarterback, gets him out of the pocket. A good throw, got a good completion. But again, defensively, that's a good job. You held him to a minimum gain. It's still 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9. Chris Elair, number 9 for Lafayette Christian. 8 interceptions in his career. That's the 3rd most in LCA school history. Last year he had 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive plays against Turlings. Talk about a real ball hawk. 3rd down and 9. Big play in this ball game.
Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen right there, that's the guy that you want to throw to because that's where the man coverage is.
More whistles.
Got a timeout. Central's going to take a timeout.
Timeout taken on the field by the Wildcats.
So Furman and the Wildcats will talk about things for Central. Again, the season started in a tough spot where car accident right before the season opener against De La Salle in New Orleans on a Thursday night. Jackson Furman and 2 of his teammates, Kylan Thomas and Manny Williams, were involved in a car accident where somebody hit them from behind, and the car with Furman, Thomas, and Williams in it ended up going off the road and flipping over several times. And again, lucky that Furman and Thomas were able to return the following week in week 2, a win over Denham Springs 31-6. But again, no Manny Williams, who suffered multiple injuries and unable to play here tonight, and it's unlikely that he'll be able to play here. I mean, Manny Williams spent several days in the ICU with a collapsed lung, and he's got all kinds of injuries. But after this game for Central, they will be taking on Woodlawn as they'll jump into district play, and then a big game in a couple weeks as they'll be taking on the Catholic High Bears. Third down and 9. Let's see what Central draws up.
I think LCA is going to come with the blitz. They're going to bring some pressure.
They're showing it, that's for sure. And here they come. Furman on the run. And he gets driven to the turf to the 36-yard line. Another sack for Jamison Marcel.
And, you know, Furman almost lost that football. He's got to learn to tuck that ball away when the guys get on him. Watch what happens when the defenders get to him. He's trying to make a play, but he's just got to tuck that ball away right there.
Give a lot of credit to Lafayette Christian. They have really played hard here in the second half, and this defense has really come alive. And the Knights are going to get the football back late in the third quarter, down by 8. Central needs a big punt here from Nathan Zimmer. This is where you need to flip the field. And it's a short, high punt. And it ends up taking an LCA bounce and a roll, and it's down at the 49-yard line. Uncle Mo is in the favor of the Lafayette Christian Knights. Wow. I thought, especially when Central scores a touchdown in the opening drive of the second half, I thought that was good night, Irene.
Yeah, there's been a lot of credit to this LCA football team. They just kept fighting, and they're in it now. If they can go down and score, they've changed the whole momentum of this game, and we're not out of the third quarter yet.
Yeah, Central took a 24-7 lead when they scored on the opening drive of the third quarter after a long kickoff return. But LCA, everything that they've been through, losing their head coach, him being dismissed on Monday, having to all of a sudden pick up the pieces from that. You got 2 co-head coaches going at it. People don't even like co-coordinators, let alone co-head coaches. But for right now, it's working for Lafayette Christian. 1st and 10 at the 49. Walker, look out from the backside, gets rid of it and incomplete as he tried to get the ball to Braden Allen. Breathing down the back of his neck was Connor Scott.
And he was lucky to get that ball off. I mean, you watch it. The ball's got to come out right now, and he just throws it away. That's a good heads-up ball right there. I mean, just throw the football away. Don't take the loss, and don't run the risk of throwing the interception.
2nd down and 10. Once again, they've changed. The big adjustment they've made here is having 2 running backs. There are 2 running backs, Noel and Bellard, on the field at the same time. And they put one in motion, and now they run right up the middle against this stingy Central defense. Gain of about 2 yards there, as that was Bellard on the carry. 3rd down and 8. Under a minute to go in this third quarter.
And, you know, one of the things that Central's doing is they're giving him a short pass. If you want to throw it out to a receiver, they're giving him plenty of cushion. If you look at the top of the screen, you got one receiver out there. Look how far the defensive back is off of him.
Brennan Walker lined up in the slot. Taking up with it is Walker. Walker still on his feet, and what determination to get the first down to the 40-yard line. Wow. Big 9-yard run by Braylon Walker.
I think Central may have gotten away with a face mask as well. You watch right here.
Close.
Give him a close face mask. Good running by Walker. Pick up the first down.
DK Mays on the tackle, but not before the Knights move the chains once again. And RHD first down for the Knights. They've had several of them here in the third quarter. Back to the ground game. It hasn't been that successful, but it's keeping them honest, that's for sure. Bellard tackled by Connor Scott, and that's the final play of the third quarter. The Lafayette Christian Knights made the trip across the Atchafalaya Basin, and even though Central was partying early in this game, it's getting tight as the Knights are down by 8. Wildcats trying to hold on here tonight.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I bet you there's no better feeling than celebrating a touchdown with a fancy touchdown dance. Why don't you show us a few moves for when we get big settlements?
You just got to get into it first. You got to run into it, and you got to...
I can't do that.
Start putting that arm back there now.
We can call this the Diggity Shovel.
I like that, the Diggity Shovel.
Laborde Earls, proud partners with Jamal Williams.
I love commercials.
For over 75 years, the Butcher AC family has helped cool South Louisiana's homes and businesses with high quality, dependable, and professional air conditioning, sales, and service. A clear line of communication with a true voice, gathering your information and dispatching it to our professional team gets you the quick response and comfort of a job well done.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
I'm fixing to celebrate in flavor, be king of grill night, and best of all, make fond memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Guidry's Catfish. Find us online or in a grocery store near you, and get fixin' with Guidry's Catfish.
We move into the fourth quarter. What a great high school atmosphere here at Central High School, and it's a good football game as well. Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, and Derry Beckwith and Lafayette Christian showing a lot of heart right now. Let's send it down to the field for an ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry Beckwith, Lafayette Christian, they have come to play here in the second half.
They did. They have all the momentum right now. And if you look at both sidelines, one sideline is joyful, one sideline is somber. Central has to do something to stay in this ball game because right now LC has all the momentum on their side.
Braylon Walker has had time to throw, and he's made a couple plays with his legs as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The Knights have it at the Central 40-yard line, second down and 10. Bellard, the running back, to the right. Three wide receivers are going to be to the top here for Braylon Walker. Only scored 8 points last week, but the offense has come alive here in this third quarter with 9 points. Walker had his man. It was going to be tough to get it to Brennan Walker, but it was there if he could make a good throw. And there's a flag in the backfield. This might be roughing the passer as they got a hit on Braylon Walker.
I think it's going to be a holding call against the offense. Yeah.
Okay.
Back him up.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call against the offense.
Mike Rood will give us the call here. We'll find out if they'll accept the penalty.
Holding. Number 6. Our penalty from the previous spot. We play second down.
That's a tough decision. I mean, do you want to make it a second and
20 or third and 10?
Yeah.
I think he made the right decision.
I think he did too. Because LCA is going to go for it on fourth down if it's 4th and 10.
We got to figure out a way to kind of stop the momentum here that LCA has been able to build after falling behind 24-7.
I think they're giving LCA's. They've got that little wide receiver screen, a bubble screen if you want it, up at the top of to the left of the quarterback, and he's got that if he wants to throw it.
They pick up the blitz again, and what a one-handed grab! That's going to be a first down for the Knights. Brennan Walker snatched that one up in the air. That's a 22-yard pass play.
I mean, what a pass! I mean, it's just you watch this throw. I thought he overthrew the ball, and all of a sudden just goes up and pulls it out with one hand.
Goodness. Well, we may have to rethink our Guidry's Catfish catching a game. That is something else there.
That's going to be a tough one to beat right there, Jim.
Man.
It was one hand and behind him.
Well, we said it at the beginning of the broadcast. For LCA, these skill position players, they got to have a big night. And Brennan Walker and Braden Allen, those guys are starting to get it going here. Again, the running game isn't explosive, but again, I think it's just keeping Central honest. Like, they can't just keep blitzing thinking that LCA is going to throw every time, and that running game's just doing enough to make those defensive linemen and linebackers think for a second. 2nd down and 9. Pressure coming again. They pick it up, lofting it towards the goal line. Oh, we might have saw another one-handed grab there. Good effort there by Braden Allen. And it's now 3rd and 9.
Well, I tell you, he almost pulled that in with one hand.
You
watch his throw. I mean, he leads him a little bit too much. He got a hand on it.
Wow. If he caught that play, look out. Or caught that pass, I should say.
It's a good 3rd down because you got to pick up some yards if you LCA. You want to get at least 5 yards if you can, at a minimum, if not the 1st down.
Got 18 seconds on the play clock as they're still getting the play call into Walker.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to call a timeout here.
9 seconds. Let's see if they can get him set. Walker shuffling out of the pocket. Throws it to the end zone. Intercepted! Right at the goal line. Picked off on the play by Stoken. His 3rd interception of the season.
Well, I think that time Walker, when he rolled to that side, he just kind of stared it down, and Stoken knew exactly where he was going with the ball. That may have been one time where you want a quarterback to take it and run it.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, Greg. I thought when he got to the outside here, he should have just tried to get to the 1st down marker. I think he might have had enough room, or at least he would have gotten enough as they were trying to get the ball to August. We'll watch it here. You'll see. He's going to have a little room here when he gets to the outside. If he turns on the jet stare, he might be able to get the 1st down.
He'll get pretty close.
But Central now will start deep in its own territory from the 3-yard line as the turnover chain is out here for the Wildcats.
If I'm Central, you know, when you backed up on your own goal line, I'll throw the ball because you make them defend the whole field. I just throw it. You have plenty of space to operate instead of just trying to power the ball out of the end zone.
Furman from his own end zone will hand it off to Cooper, and Cooper, he's got a lot of running room here. To the 25, to the 30, all the way out across the 46-yard line. 43-yard run for Keldon Cooper.
Just like I said, hand it to Cooper and let him run with the ball.
Just as good as the long pass. How about the blocking there by Central? Led by Braden Ringe, the all-district offensive lineman. Best run of the night for the Wildcats.
The running game lives.
Well, the one big takeaway that David Semino is going to get out of this game, he knew he had a great defense. He likes his senior quarterback in Jackson Furman and the wide receivers that complement him. But can he find a running game? And I think he found one here tonight. A lot of it has been because of this freshman. That time, no. And once again, Jaden Arsenault, who just gets off the ball so fast. You mentioned that earlier in this game, Greg.
Yeah, has a great takeoff before the offensive lineman can get out of his stance. He's off. He's off across the line of scrimmage.
Loss of about 4 yards as this Lafayette Christian defensive line, I thought, they have really played well here in the second half.
They made some adjustments. They had some trouble with the little bubble screen out there for a minute, but they've adjusted for that, and overall they're doing a good job.
2nd down and 13. Furman keeps it. Furman got about 4 or 5, and another 3rd and long here coming up for Central. Coming up and making a hit was Luke Green, who's got a great combination of size and speed. Watches a ton of film, does Luke Green, and also has a couple of Division I offers. He's 6'1", 170 pounds, a junior.
Very savvy football player.
Yep.
You know, in his 3rd down, I think if you're Central, you have to know you're going to get a blitz. You're going to get some pressure. They're not going to let you sit back there. So you look at the line of scrimmage, you see all those guys up there. Somebody's coming. Somebody extra is going to come through the line of scrimmage, so the ball's got to come out quick.
Trying to set up a screen. Furman just throws it up there for grabs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Simon. That was not a good decision there by Jackson Furman. That's his 2nd turnover of the night. And there's a flag down, too, but I think this is going to be interference on Central. They hit Simon before he can go up there and get the football, but he still came down with it.
Yeah, maybe
eligible downfield.
Oh,
Offense number 71. That penalty is declined.
Maybe against Wildcats.
It looked like Central wanted to throw some type of a screen pass, and watch the quarterback's just going to hold it. He's holding it, and see, they're looking for him to throw a screen pass. The ball should have come out by now, and it didn't. That's why all the linemen got downfield.
And then you're trying to throw the football to the smallest guy in the field, and Cooper in a massive humanity there at about the 50-yard line. But how about this Lafayette Christian defense led by defensive coordinator Mitch Kraft? Trevorance Pat is the defensive backs coach for Lafayette Christian, a former Raging Cajun who was a second-team All-Sun Belt performer in 2013. And then the running backs coach for Lafayette Christian, Tyrell Fenroy, who, of course, is the all-time leading rusher in Raging Cajun football history. He's also an assistant coach on this Lafayette Christian staff. So the Knights have it in Central Territory at the 48-yard line with 8:25 to go. And the Wildcats defense, they've been on the field a ton here in this second half. Timeout going to be called by LCA. I think the play clock was winding down. It was taking them forever to get the offensive play in, and we'll take a break with them. Don't go away. Looks like we got another one going down to the wire on Game Time on Yurview, presented by McDonald's.
Game Time on Yurview is brought to you by Hampton Toyota. Hampton has it. Make some epic memories this football season with cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that signature Cane sauce. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Resources for human development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Discover the Quest difference. Now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it.
Boom! Hampton's hot.
Well, Matt Staniford told me going into this game, these kids from Lafayette Christian, they're a proud group. They've played in 7 consecutive state championship games. He said they would come in here hungry to show that they are still one of the best teams in the state despite their 1-3 record. And here they are, down by 8 points with 8:25 to go against the 4-0 Central Wildcats. Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, and Derry Beckwith down on the sidelines. Back to the ground game. Jalen Noel for about 2, maybe 3 to the 46.
We'll see if this Central defense can hold up. I mean, they have been out there a long time in the second half.
So 2nd down and 7. Knights not in a huge hurry here. Noel in motion. Here's the screen to Walker. Brennan Walker just kind of stumbled maybe over one of his teammates there. Got caught up with another teammate's legs. But still, it's a first down. Well-designed play there by LCA.
Well, it's just a screen pass. You know, you're going to get him rushing up the field. You let everybody come up and drop it off behind him. If he doesn't trip over his own man, he'd pick up more yards.
It was either that or the turf monster that got him at the 34-yard line here for the Knights.
But, you know, that screen, that'll slow down the pass rush.
Quick pass, Brennan Walker again, in space. Walker gets tripped up as he got across the 27-yard line. Caden Luke there on the tackle. And it's now 2nd down and 3.
Hey, you're catch and run. 2nd down and 3.
And there's a big hole here for Noel, one of his better runs of the night. Gets all the way up to the 15.
Watch the offensive line take off. They're really getting blocks. They're being able to get to that second level.
First down and 10.
And Lafayette Christian now in the Hope Credit Union red zone. Hope Credit Union, brighter futures begin with Hope. Noel on the carry that time. He is stuck. Good hit there by Katie Mays, who's been all over the field once again here tonight. Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9 here for the Knights. Boy, Lafayette Christian offensively, Greg, they just look like a different team in this half compared to the first half. The first half was really hard to watch if you're an LCA fan. Now pressure coming and getting to him is DK Mays.
I think the ball might come out.
And we'll see who has it. The officials are going to get to the bottom of this pile and figure it out. They're pulling players off, and then it's a Wildcats football. Big turnover there. DK Mays forcing it. Let's take a look at some shots from our Quest Pediatric Fan Cam. Discover the Quest difference now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas.
I think the LCA coaches are going to be yelling and saying, hey, look, that ball didn't come out. He was down when the ball came out. But
that's what they're saying. We'll take a look at it here.
I think the ball was out.
Ball is covered at the 16-yard line. First down, Wildcats.
So another turnover by Lafayette Christian here. They've had opportunities here, but just 2 big turnovers.
And I think if you're Central, you can't go play and try to run the clock here. You're going to have to play the score. You have to play the score right here, because if you don't, this Lafayette Christian team's good enough to come back and win.
So from the 17-yard line now for Central.
But I think at the same time, you have to tell your quarterback, protect the football.
Yep. And now LCA's defense has got to go out there and make another play. Furman has turned it over twice. They go to that ground game. And who's in the backfield again? Jaden Arsenault. This kid is having himself a coming out party. What a big game tonight from Jaden Arsenault. Let's look again at that turnover. Is the ball out before he hits the ground?
I think the ball comes out just as he starts to go fall to the ground. I think he's out now. So there the ball is. So I think it's a fumble. Good call.
Loss of about 4 on that last play there.
Now this is a strange set. You look at the top of your screen. That's the man-to-man coverage. If you want to throw something deep, that's where you want to go with it.
LCA showing blitz once again. The quick pass, and that is complete, but not much of a gain at all there. As they got the football to Keithan Womack, who's been quiet in the second half.
Well, LCA's done a really good job of adjusting to that, what you call that stack set, where they get 2 receivers stacked out there and throw the ball on a quick screen.
Mitch Kraft, the defensive coordinator for Lafayette Christian. Matt Stanford says he's got a great defensive mind, and he's made some really good adjustments to slow down this Central offense. 3rd and 9 here for the Wildcats.
If I'm Central, you're going to get a blitz. They've done it every time you've been in 3rd and long. It's not a bad place to call a screen or draw something that let the defenders come through and throw the ball in behind them.
Furman got the screen, but LCA responds to it quickly. Nowhere to go. Another negative play for that Wildcat offense. Agent Zero is what they call Calvin Parker, who's good in coverage, dynamic player, over 24 tackles on the season. He was in there on that one.
Well, he gets a blitz that time. He had the good play call, which was a slip screen, but the big thing was, hey, the defense was ready for it.
Back to kick, number 41.
LCA should have great field position here. And Agent Zero Parker is back to return. Now, the last punt by Nathan Zimmer was not a good one. Let's see if he can really boom one here under 4 minutes to go.
Well, if you're Nathan Zimmer, he's thinking about getting the ball off quick.
And that's a good punt. Parker calling fair catch, fields it at the 46-yard line. Still decent field position here for LCA. plenty of time. 3:44 to go. Can the Knights come up with a game-tying drive against David Semino's defense? More coming up on Game Time.
Today, it's not just how much you make that counts. It's how much you keep. At Egan Insurance, protecting your wealth is our major priority. One that comes with a promise that no matter what threatens your wealth, accident, theft, fire, or illness, we'll be there to protect your financial assets, just as we have for more than 60 years. Egan Insurance. How those who've made it, keep it.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
We got a close one at Central. Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, Derry Beckwith, 3:44 to go. LCA has the ball at the 47-yard line. Coach David Semino, his team so far this year, they're 4-0, and they haven't been in a close one. The De La Salle game was close. They won that game 14-3, but they've been blowing out their opponents this year, winning 31-6 over Denham, 42-16 over Walker, and then shutting out Cecilia's 27-0. So they haven't been in too many late game situations this year. We'll see how his group responds.
He's got to be concerned about how long his defense has been out there. It's been out there quite a while.
Screen play again. I think we've set a record for most screen passes in a high school football game. And another great tackle there for Central.
Yeah, so the timing was off on that because of the snap. So that allowed the defense to recover and hold it for no gain. Actually thrown for a loss.
Yeah, loss of 12 there to Bellard, the freshman running back, who is just a natural talent, according to Matt Stanifer, the LCA co-head coach. Quick pass here, and incomplete. I thought Brennan Walker was going to come down with that thing, but not.
Brennan Walker looked like he got his hands on it, and I thought he was going to pull it in.
Yeah, I thought he was pulling it in too, and then all of a sudden it just fell to the turf. So 3rd and 12 all of a sudden for Braylon Walker. But a good idea to get it to Brennan. Braden Allen's been pretty quiet here. Let's see if they get him the football. Number 2 for the Knights.
But the LCA, you have to anticipate the blitz because they don't want to let you have a lot of time with that quarterback back there in the ball. So they're going to come after you. So the ball's got to come out quick.
Allen's at the top of your screen. Stephen Rennell is on him defensively. Press coverage here for Central. Stepping up in the pocket, now has to get out of there is Walker. Throws it downfield. Oh, he had a man too. August, and he just overshot him. I think he was wanting August to keep running the route, and August may have stopped.
Hey, you watch it. He thought August was going to turn it upfield because, so he throws to the open spot. He's trying to throw him open. If he would just run to the open spot, he's wide open.
No, yeah.
That was it. He was trying to throw him open on that one, but August just misread it.
So I think they're going to stick. The offense is going to stay on the field here. You got 3:01 to go. 4th down and 12.
I think I might want to punt and pin them back deep myself.
They have 2 timeouts left. So they're going to take their shot right here. Walker scrambling. Will he run for it? Here he goes. He's got the first down all the way up to the 41-yard line. There are no flags. First down, Knights. Great job there by Braylon Walker.
You watch him. When he takes off, now he sees the field's open right here. He just tucks it and says, hey, he knows where the down marker is. He's going to run for it and get there and get out of bounds. Don't take the hit.
Good blocking by August. There's been a couple times here tonight, Greg, where I've thought Walker should run it. I'm so used to watching Jawan Johnson with Lakis. He would run a lot more than Walker. Walker likes to rely on his arm a little bit more. He might be running again here. This time there's a spy waiting for him. Able to get away from that defender and then tight ropes down the sideline for a few more yards.
He's going to be pretty close to another first down.
And now what do we have? We have a whistle here. Is there an injured player? Or did somebody call? Oh, yeah, there is. There is an injured player next to the central sidelines. But what a gutsy effort here tonight by Lafayette Christian. That's all you can really say about this Knights team. Just guts. So next week, we'll have another good one for you as we'll get to see the top running back in the country in Harlan Berry taking on Riverside. Those two teams played each other last year. The game that we did at St. Martin's wasn't very close, but when they met each other in the playoffs, it was a different story. A much closer affair that Riverside won. And then Riverside got to the state championship game but lost. But that should be a lot of fun next Friday nights at 7 o'clock. And looking forward to seeing Dedrick Lasty. He's only 5'6", 150 pounds, but last year he rushed for 2,200 yards.
Wow.
It'll be Lasty versus Berry in that game. But this one's not over. 2:46 to go. Central at one point led it 24-7. LCA has just kept chipping away here. This is the third time that they have marched into Central territory in this quarter. The last two trips resulted in turnovers. Walker's got to be careful with the football here.
And I think you can see the athleticism of this LCA team taking over, especially at the wide receiver and the quarterback spot. The skill spots are really, really talented.
And the offensive line has really played much better in the second half, giving Walker more time to throw. He had 0 time to throw in the first half. Walker, is the catch made along the sideline? Yes, it is. That's another first down. Great grab by August.
That's a good throw. You watch this throw. Walker's going to hold this thing to the last minute.
24-yard line.
That's a great grab. August, a transfer who had to sit out last year. He's a hard worker. Obviously takes a back seat to Braden Allen and Brendan Walker, but he is a good third option for Braylon Walker. Picks up a big first down there. To the 24 with 2:41 to go. Walker looking to his left, towards the end zone. Incomplete as he tried to get it to Begno, but flags are down. The defender never turned around.
Yeah, he's going to get a pass interference call there.
Flag on the play.
You've got to turn around and make a play on the ball. I think then the ball was on the throw. I mean, if he throws it out there in front of him, I think it's a touchdown.
He passed interference against the Wildcats.
We'll see where they spot the football. I think it's going to be a first and goal.
Half the distance. No, they're going to spot it at the 12. Let's look at it again.
I mean, you watch, he's got him open. If he just throws it out in front of him, it's a touchdown. But the receiver has to come back for the ball.
Yeah,
that's what
right.
causes the pass interference.
Ball be by the 12-yard line after the penalty.
Now Parker is in the backfield along with Bellard. Parker in motion out of the backfield. Hand off to Bellard. Big hole. Got to the 5-yard line. Caden Loop on the tackle. The Knights knocking on the door right now. Inside the Hope Credit Union red zone. Hope Credit Union, brighter futures begin with hope. I don't think anyone gave LCA much of a chance here tonight.
Especially not after that first quarter.
No.
Really playing the first quarter.
But this is why this program has championship pedigree. They're not going to give up. Swing pass. Bellard dropped it. Was it a forward pass? Or was it a back? No, they're going to blow it back.
It's an incomplete pass.
Yep. So Bellard, the freshman, just looking upfield, didn't look it in all the way. You see the head turn. Oh, man, the blocking was there, too.
It was there. Oh, it was there.
It was there. That play was well designed.
Now, if you're Lafayette Christian, you got to pick up the first down. At a minimum, you got to pick up this first down.
Field goal is really pointless at this point.
So you got 2 downs to pick it up.
Another quick pass to the end zone. Incomplete off the hands of August. 4th down. They like throwing one-on-one plays to him on the goal line. He's been able to bring those down this season, but not that time. Good job defensively. I think that was Stoken that was there, or it might have been actually Camden Rankin too.
Really surprised that they didn't run the ball or try to pick up that first down. Now they're going to put the whole game on this one play right here.
Walker under all kinds of pressure gets away from 2 defenders. Heaves it to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Knights! Flag down! We'll have to see what the flag is all about.
It's got to be, you would think it's against the defense because the only offensive player back there was the quarterback.
But what a job by Braylon Walker to get away from the pressure, and somehow this is against LCA, I believe.
It is.
Oh, wait a minute. No, maybe not.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, and that should put the ball at the 1.5-yard line, right, on the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. What a play there by Braylon Walker. How did he get away from those 2 defenders?
You know, he was doing all that scrambling around, but he still had the presence of mind to look down the field, keep his head up and look down the field, and then find his receiver wide open in the back of the end zone.
And that was August who caught it in the back of the end zone, and so the ball will be spotted at the 1.5-yard line for 2 to tie the game. David Semino wants a timeout. He gets it. Semino just ran the 40 in about 4.5. Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith. Derry, how about this effort by Braylon Walker in this Knights offense?
That was phenomenal. A lot of times you can have the perfect defense, but when you have a special player, he overrides a perfect defense. And to Greg's point, the ability to keep his eyes down the field and still make that throw was incredible.
So what do you call here?
Braylon Walker left, Braylon Walker right. I mean, what do you mean? What do you call? You give it to Braylon Walker, put it in his hands, and let him make a play.
Yeah, Derek, I agree with you. I think you're down at the 1-yard line. You got to have a run pass option for him. So spread him out, get him outside the defense, and let's see what happens.
Well,
because I think you're going to get pressure here. You're going to get a blitz. You're going to get some pressure coming up the field, and the only thing you do is to try to get him to the outside and have his receivers where he can pick somebody up.
I was talking to the Lafayette Christian pastor, Jay Miller, in the springtime, saying, man, Jawan Johnson's gone. It's how do you replace him? He's like, oh, wait till you see Braylon Walker. And Braylon Walker, it hasn't been perfect.
Nope, everything is advertised, so he's making some plays.
Yep.
And see, they've got him spread out here. You got 4 wide receivers that makes the defense spread out. I think you do some play action, and then you let him run around and see what happens.
For the tie, pressure immediately. He's staying on his feet. He's no longer on his feet. Down he goes. 2-point conversion. Snuffed out. Wow, what pressure there, led by D.K. Mays and the Central Wildcats defense. There is a flag down. We'll see what that's about.
I think that's where your quarterback he's got to throw the ball.
But
I think it's a dead ball foul. I think so. It's after the play.
Dead ball after the play. Unsportsmanlike penalty against the Wildcats.
So we'll be taking on the kickoff, which is going to be an onside kick anyways.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the touchdown. This is an unbelievable play by Walker.
Now what happens is sometimes you try to make too many plays. This is a great play. He gets his head up and gets rid of it for a touchdown.
Standing in the back there is August.
But here he's trying too hard. Now he's got to know when to get rid of the football. He's got to get the ball out of there. Even if he throws an interception, he's got to throw the ball out.
I believe that was Katie Mays who was coming in off the edge there, who got an exceptional jump off the snap, and that really gave Walker no chance to really make a play. Might have been him or potentially for Central. Katie Mays. I think it was Katie Mays.
It was Katie Mays that came up,
yeah.
But when you get that, again, your quarterback has to understand that when you got to get the ball out, because if you take the sack, it's going to hurt you anyway. So throw the ball out of there, give you guys a chance to make a play.
There's a look at your Hampton Automotive scoring drive. 11 plays, 77 yards. Just money there for LCA.
You know, regardless of the outcome of this game, that LCA team deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
they do.
They had been through a lot of emotional stuff this week, but they still, they fell behind in this game. Yeah. Just wasn't making a game of it at first in the first and second quarter, but they stuck with it, just hung in there.
Well, it's not over yet. Let's see what happens here on the onside kick. There's the kick, and now there's a scramble for it. Who's got it? They tried to surprise him. And it's going to be Central football. Wow. That was a fun way to try it, and guess who came up with it? Katie Mays. Almost. Katie Mays somehow got on top of it.
Wow.
Now the LCA's got 2 timeouts. There's a minute 46 left. I'm not much of a mathematician here. I don't know the chance here that LCA can get the ball back. I think there's a chance, though. Yeah, there should be a chance that they can get the ball back.
I think you have 2 timeouts. You're going to call a timeout right after this first play.
Now they're going to go back to that Wildcat formation. This was what was so successful for them on their first scoring drive.
I think they're just going to go. I hope they're not. Looks like they're getting in a victory formation.
I think Marvin. He's going to run forward. Now he's going to kick it out to the outside. That's going to be a first down. And more! Marvin Joseph! One man to beat! That's a touchdown! Wildcats! Ball game! What a night for Marvin Joseph! His 4th rushing touchdown!
You know, that's an offense they found by accident.
Yep.
It works for them. See, when he presses the line of scrimmage, and then once he bounces it to the outside, there's nobody there. Now it becomes a foot race.
Extra point try here coming up for Central. This is big here.
Extra point's big.
Got to make this to at least make it a 2-possession game. If not, you give LCA another opportunity. And it's straight through. 31-22, and the Central Wildcats are going to go to 5-0. I would say this is a very good prospect in the class of 2027.
Not bad. Not bad.
What a game for him. A running game has been found for the Central Wildcats as another scoring drive by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. Marvin Joseph has had it here tonight.
69 yards on one play.
Yeah. And that's for Coach David Simino. He can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief as LCA really fought back in this game.
You know, they learned a lot about their team.
Yeah, I think both of these teams learned a lot about each other. And this is why you play these kind of games. District play right around the corner for these two teams. It's why one of the things I love about high school football is you're not afraid to play a tough non-district schedule. And, in college football, you got all these money games. You might play one good non-conference opponent, but these teams learn so much about each other by trying to take on the best teams they possibly can in non-district play. and he can only grow from it. Well, it was kind of a ho-hum first half. Not a lot of action. But this second half...
they warmed it up, didn't they?
Yeah, second half's been fun to watch. Line drive kick. It's going to be returned from the 4. Oh, big hit there at the 25-yard line. Look out. Chris Hilaire. He'll feel that one in the morning. And the Knights offense comes back out in the field. Well, as I mentioned, LCA upcoming is going to be Lafayette Renaissance Charter, where they'll face their former head coach and Trev Falk, who's now running that program. And a big game against Notre Dame. They'll face Welsh. Then an interesting contest against Evangel Christian. That's coming up week 9. They're going to make the trip up to Shreveport, and then they'll finish out the regular season by taking on Lake Arthur. Coming up after our broadcast on Yurview, you can check out the Louisiana Prep Scoreboard presented by Lake Urgent Care. Get all the scores from around the state, hear from coaches. Probably you'll hear from David Simino. Talk about this win over the LCA Knights.
That's a big win for his ball club.
Looks like we got a different quarterback out there. Begno now throwing the football, and it's knocked away. Good job defensively by Mason Moore. And now an LCA player down on the ground. And this is what you don't want to do here in a hard-fought game like this. All of a sudden start losing players. And there's also a flag down on the field. So not exactly sure where Braylon Walker is.
I think he got a roughing the passer against Central.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So that's going to put the ball at about the 40-yard line.
The injured offensive lineman, which I think is Torrey Landry, is up and will begin walking back towards the LCA sidelines. That's a great sign.
It looks like, hope he's okay. It was just a cramp.
After the penalty, the ball will be
53 points in this game.
That'll be a first down.
Surprising.
Yeah, especially the way the first half was played. And I didn't know if LCA was going to be able to score one offensive touchdown. And they could have scored more. Remember, a couple of turnovers. LCA got deep into Central territory, but Central's defense forced a couple of turnovers. Dunham, a big winner tonight over Baker, 55-7. Deep pass here, and that is going to be intercepted, and that will finish things out. Picked off. Stephen Rennell, another turnover. And Central can really start to celebrate now as they're 5-0.
I think he's just throwing this one, just throwing it deep and hoping that his receiver could run under it. Stephen Rennell played it well. The celebration has started for Central sidelines.
And this Central Wildcat program, it's so great to see a winning program here. Sid Edwards did a lot of great things here for over a decade and is doing some good things in Struma. He's running for mayor. I don't know how he's doing both of those at the same time, but God bless him. He's a great man. But David Simino has certainly has brought some extra juice into this program. He's got some great players to work with. We talked about the outstanding weight room that they have at the high school. bring in Derry Beckwith with this ITI Technical College sideline report. And Derry, you've been on that Central sideline the whole game. Boy, this has been a bit of a roller coaster, hasn't it?
It has. It's been up and down, but this team has shown a lot of fight. Like you guys said earlier, they haven't really faced a lot of adversity this year. This is the first time they actually faced it, and they responded. And obviously going home tonight, 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0. Big game coming up in 2 weeks against Catholic High. There will be a lot of anticipation for that one as the Wildcats now in victory formation.
I think they'll have to snap it one more time. That should do it. 31-22 is going to be your final. Central Wildcats get out of here. This is a hard-fought battle. This game turned two different halves.
And when it was 24-7, you thought, well, maybe it's just not Central's night, or excuse me, not LCA's night. And then they really dug down deep and gave Coach David Semino and the Central Wildcats team everything they wanted here tonight.
Well, that was one of the things about the LCA team is that we knew they would they stay in the game if it's a close game, or if it's a runaway. We had a runaway in the first half. They stayed in the game, they fought back and made it a close game and almost pulled it off.
And what a week for Lafayette Christian. The dismissal of Zach Lockhart as the head football coach. Two co-head coaches take over the program and nearly pulled off a big upset here tonight. More coming up from Central on Game Time.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor. Be king of grill night. And best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Guidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Guidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Guidry's Catfish.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a fourth branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you. In Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today.
This time in the car gives me a few extra minutes with these two.
They said a car loan with your credit wasn't possible, but you found a new road to get there.
These little moments mean everything to me.
Hope makes it happen. With credit-building resources and personal support, Hope Credit Union's tailored loan solutions make your life better, no matter your income or credit. Brighter futures begin with Hope.
At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it! Good job! Good job!
Bring it higher.
Turn it up, boy! Get it done!
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration, we are ready to serve your AC heating needs.
31-22 as Central improves to 5-0 as they defeat Lafayette Christian here tonight. And it's now time for our player of the game. Brought to you by Raising Cane's One Love. And he didn't score 1 touchdown. He didn't score 2 touchdowns. He didn't score 3. Marvin Joseph finds the end zone 4 times tonight, Greg.
I thought he'd be able to do that. Again, they found that offense by accident. Quarterback had to be out. They put Marvin Joseph in, and He just has a nose for the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. And this, the one that wrap the game up was just nothing but speed. And here he shows his power getting in the end zone, and what an unbelievable runner. That was great vision right there. Made a guy miss in the backfield. And
here's the one that you were just talking about.
Yeah, just the speed. He gets to the corner, and then he just outruns everybody.
And now we get a chance to hear from Mr. Touchdown, Marvin Joseph. Derry Beckwith is standing alongside Marvin. Take it away, Derry.
Marvin, outstanding game tonight. You gave this Central offense life. What was the key?
The key was win the game and run the ball strong and finish. The key was really to finish.
You play both sides of the ball, defense and offense. What do you do each week to prepare mentally and physically?
Well, I stay hydrated, and I get treatment every day. And I couldn't give enough thanks to Oshner for keeping me right and keeping my body right to play like this.
You guys are 5-0. What improvements do you want to see this team make going down the road?
Start off early and keep running the ball strong and get more plays on the passing.
Marvin, outstanding game. I wouldn't want to tackle you. I don't think nobody else want to tackle you. Outstanding job, man. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Marvin Joseph still has his game face on, too. He's about ready to score a couple more touchdowns. Let's get to our drive of the game, brought to you by Trapp Chevrolet. Trapp Chevrolet in Houma, where we're always on your side. This is where Central is able to score before the first half ends, and that gave them a 17-7 lead. But this is where they got the ground game going. Marvin Joseph is capping off the touchdown drive there. Central led it 17-7, actually had a 24-7 lead. LCA got close. They got within 2 in this game before Central pulls out the 9-point victory. One more break, and we'll be back right after this.
I've been driving Mercedes for 15 years or longer. I believe you can get all the bells and whistles in a C-Class. I just like the size. The size fits me.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
It's this simple. You have a car and Trapp Chevrolet wants to buy it from you at absolute top dollar. And you don't even have to buy from us. It's true. We want to buy your vehicle. You won't believe how much your vehicle is worth. Just trade your vehicle in or take the cash. And while you're here, choose from our selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, crossovers, and sport utility vehicles at special savings. Find the new Chevy perfect for you and your lifestyle. So hurry in today at Trapp Chevrolet in Houma.
The Baton Rouge Clinic has been taking care of you and your children for over 75 years.
From East Ascension to West Feliciana, from Zachary to Denham Springs, we'll keep you in the game.
From your future stars to your weekend warriors, we'll keep you in the game.
From primary care to urgent care, we'll keep you in the game.
The physicians at the Baton Rouge Clinic want to wish you a healthy and successful season.
The truth is, accidents happen, and they always seem to happen at the worst possible times. It's never convenient to be injured or have unexpected medical bills. You see, the problem is we can't prepare for an accident because we never know when they're going to happen. They happen when we leave
As a personal injury attorney, I see every single day how injured someone can be in an accident. So that's why I've been so impressed with the features that the GLC has to offer.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
Final score from Central as the Wildcats defeat Lafayette Christian 31-22. Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, Derry Beckwith on the call. Really fun game here tonight. Lafayette Christian couldn't do anything offensively in the first half, but they found something in the second half. I think they found some confidence. You never like any moral victories, but tonight I think was a moral victory considering everything that program's been through this week with the dismissal of their head coach, playing a good opponent on the road, getting down by 17 points, and then coming within 2 points of tying this thing.
Yeah, they had every reason to quit on this football game. I mean,
Right.
They came back, everything you mentioned happened during the week, and then they come out, and I think at halftime they probably had maybe 2 first downs.
Right.
And couldn't do anything, couldn't run the ball, couldn't throw the football, but yet they hung in there, and in the second half we saw a totally different
Right.
football team. and they did a great job. I think this Lafayette Christian team is going to be good as they move on in district play. I think they're going to have a good season.
And Central Wildcats are having a great season right now. This was a very nice win for them against a team with championship pedigree. You get challenged in the fourth quarter, and you still figure out a way to win it.
Yeah, and the thing about Central is that they weren't afraid to run their offense. They hand the ball off. They get a lot of good runs, and so they weren't afraid to do that. And I think a lot of credit goes to the coaches for saying, hey, we're just going to stick with what got us here, what we know we can do. And they did and pulled it off.
All right, let's take a look at some more highlights, and then we'll also take a look at some of the stats as well for this one. But this is how the second half started. This long kickoff return by Tyran Williams would set up a score. This is where what a move by Marvin Joseph. I'm still amazed by that play. But here comes Lafayette Christian. Braylon Allen finally gets some time to throw the football. He gets it up to Braden Allen. I should say Braylon Walker got it out to Braden Allen. And after that play, it just seemed like a different LCA team. They started really getting after Jackson Furman. Look at that big-time sack. Braylon Walker making a play here. Oh, he threw that interception. That was a critical one that they really didn't need, obviously, with Stoken getting the interception. But then Furman gives it right back.
Yeah, the LCA defense came out. They made a big play when they had to. And then, this guy's just running all over the field, keeps his head up, and throws a touchdown to a wide-open receiver in the back of the end zone. This is where I think he made a mistake. He tried to just do too much here. You've got to realize what's on the line and throw the ball and get rid of it and live another day. But he didn't do that. Give you a chance to make a play for you.
And then Marvin Joseph running past LCA's defense for the touchdown. And that's how this game wrapped up. Let's take a look at our stats. Sponsored by Laborde Earls Injury Attorneys. Call all sevens or visit onmyside.com. I mean, the Wildcats only finishing with, 6 first downs here tonight?
Well, you look at the stat that gets to me is you look at what the LCA did. They had 18 first downs. In the first half, I think they might have had 2.
Yeah,
which really didn't do anything. So they came back and did it. 285 yards of total offense. And look at the Wildcats, 317 yards of total offense. And most of that came on the ground.
Yeah. So a pretty impressive night tonight. 31-22, the final score for Central as they improve to 5-0. Next week should be a fun one between St. Martin's and Riverside. For Terry Beckwith, Greg Bowser, I'm Jeff Palermo. Congratulations to Central as they stay undefeated. We'll see you next Friday night in the River Parishes.
It's this simple. You have a car and Trapp Chevrolet wants to buy it from you at absolute top dollar, and you don't even have to buy from us. It's true. We want to buy your vehicle. You won't believe how much your vehicle is worth. Just trade your vehicle in or take the cash. And while you're here, choose from our selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, crossovers, and sport utility vehicles at special savings. Find the new Chevy perfect for you and your lifestyle. So hurry in today at Trapp Chevrolet in Houma.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call Gaucher Amade?
Because when you're hurt, you need money.
We got a client who needed hand surgery after a car wreck, $200,000.
We're Gaucher Amade, your go-to lawyers.
Call 222-2222. The truth is, accidents happen, and they always seem to happen at the worst possible times. It's never convenient to be injured or have unexpected medical bills. You see, the problem is we can't prepare for an accident because we never know when they're going to happen. They happen when we leave
Why should I call Gaucher Amade?
Because when you're hurt, you need money. We got a client who cracked their sternum in a car wreck, $197,000. We're Gaucher Amade, your go-to lawyers.
Call 222-2222.
Fall has arrived, and with it, a chilling invitation to a spooktacular celebration. Fall Fright Fest on Yurview. From classic horrors to modern-day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of you. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with a curated collection of films that'll leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Enjoy a spine-tingling October with Fall Fright Fest on Yurview.
Well, that's probably a good place to be if you're on the winning side, and that would be where the Dutchtown Griffins find themselves as they are now 5-0 on the season. Their offensive coordinator, Mike Janis, now joins us after the win, 24-21 over Santa Maria. Coach, congratulations on this win. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you.
Man, it was a tale of two halves, man. And